I'm here, I'm back. Hey, let's do a stream. It's International Podcasting Day. Let's podcast. How about that? I think it'd be real fun. Let's look at the news, see what's going on. Just checking. Hezbollah leaders killing escalates war with Israel. Halain devastation. Oh wow, a zookeeper was killed by a lion. It left the safety gate open. Okay, that's what's going on in the news. I think that's all that's going on. Here's your panel. That's really what I'm here for. Just to continue. To continue the outliers experience. That's what we do. If you're an outlier and you need sanctuary or to meet other outliers, or if you are you want to connect yourself, if you're not an outlier but you want to talk to other outliers. Beck, loser. Beck, yeah, heck yeah. I only know him from Loser, and that he's Mormon, I believe. Hey, Abe. How's it going? Just putting in my hours. Oh yeah, Jeremy. I just assumed. I thought you knew. It's kind of like gaydar. I used to assume all the gay people knew that they were gay and that I could also tell they were gay. And I just assume autistic people know that they're not neurotypical and that I could tell. Because it's more of it's more of an umbrella than a spectrum. Hey, Daniel Barry. The port strike, is that the one here? Let me you mean in the my local world, the one I don't live in? Let me look it up and see what's going on there. A port. Oh, you mean all over? Okay, let's see. This is the first time I'm hearing about it. I knew there was a Boeing protest. Okay, because we already had supply chain issues 4 years ago. A work stoppage at ports along the entire east and Gulf Coast. So why just those coasts? Longshoremen's Association are set to strike now. Oh, did they already strike? It says today. Like 3 hours ago. I need something more fresh with the news. Let me let me turn to Twitter for this. It might be more updated. I'm not seeing anything on Twitter. Dock workers strike could begin Tuesday. That's from 4 hours ago. All right. How do I get fresh news? Where do y'all get? I'm working off of an old CNN article. So how do I get the latest topical news? I thought Google gave that to me. All right, 2 hours ago, 3 hours ago, 1 hour ago, 38 minutes ago. To start Tuesday is... Oh, we're on Monday. Never mind. I got my days mixed up. So that's tomorrow. They have until tomorrow. They'll probably figure something out. First of all, it's a news story. It's going to get people's chemicals elevated, and so that's going to get views, and that's going to make numbers go up, which probably makes money go up somewhere downstream from that. So I personally, just intuition without even looking more into it, I think we're going to be okay. We usually are with things like this. Hey, Mike, what's up? I'm not. The thing is, I'm using Google. I use Google News, and then they show you headlines from multiple websites. So the sources themselves are coming from the different websites. CNN, Washington Examiner was the most recent. It's not one of my most credible sources, but I can also separate fact from likely fiction or probability from possibility when I'm reading these articles. Taft-Hartley allows presidents to intervene in a labor dispute if it threatens national security. And Biden says it's collective bargaining. I don't believe in Taft-Hartley. And he said they're not going to intervene. And what the union's striking over is some pay raises and assurances that they won't be automated out of their jobs. There's some automated systems that I guess they're concerned might replace some of the workers. Which, how can you can only strike against technology for so long? You need to have a transition plan. That's what I'm asking. Even if this is true, Internet God, where are the hidden sources that's telling me the real stuff that they don't want me to know about this port story? What are they? What are they already hiding from me when they give me a list of like 20 sources that I'm free to like sift through on my own and piece the story together? What are they hiding from me about this port thing already? It hadn't even happened yet, and there's some sources that they don't want me to see. Sometimes, you know what? Sometimes Google gives me those, and I do go to them. I go through them through Google. I'm with Biden on this. I think they'll settle the strike. I don't think it's in anybody's. It's a game of chicken. I don't think it's anybody's best interest for ports to shut down, and nobody wants that hanging around their neck. I've never heard of that. Let me check it out. Is it the Hindustan Times? Um, let's see if they say anything about the port strike. Um, well, it's not in their top headlines, that's for sure. How do I find? Do they have like a U.S. section? World. Tim Walz is nervous about the high stakes debate. Damn, I don't see anything about this port story. Let me look. Search. You're right. They sure don't feed you the news on the Hindustan Times. And their search bar sucks. A dock workers strike could affect. Will it affect holiday shopping? That's their headline. Jerusalem Post. What's different about Hindustan Times and Jerusalem Post that the other sources leave out? I used to have this back when readers were possible, like RSS readers. You could set yours to draw from different sources. Like it could pull from Hindustan Times, it could pull from Jerusalem Post, and I could have all the sources in one place that it would just feed to me as stories come in. And it was an easy way to get a balance of news. I kind of just have to do that by hand now. Twitter helps. A total ban on the automation of cranes, gates, and container moving trucks. So they were a little more specific. I like that. That are used in loading and unloading of freight at 36 ports. So the stuff that loads the freights, they're worried it could get automated, and that you won't need people to do it anymore. And those ports handle roughly half of the nation's cargo. Some ports specialize to handle goods for a particular industry. And Baltimore and Brunswick, Georgia are two of the top busiest auto ports. Philadelphia gives priority to fruits and vegetables. And New Orleans, oh my God, handles coffee, mainly from South America and Southeast Asia. Uh, yeah, this is really detailed. I like this Hindustan Times thing. In fact, I'm going to drop the link. This is the most detailed information on the port story I've found so far. I wish Google gave me this much detail. This is good. Let me check Jerusalem Post. Um, Anybody know Theo Gate? Theo Gate. Hi, Theo. I'm not sure who you are. Let me check out your channel, see if I can find a little bit about you, and if you tell me in the back what you want to talk about or something like that. We've been having trolls lately. Although I do have my troll overlay. Um, yeah, just type something in the back so I'll know who you are. I mean, I don't love Google. It's not my favorite company. But it's not like this evil demonic entity destroying reality either. That's the this is the shirt from the group home I live in. It's a group home for gay autistics. And they give us these shirts and antlers when we get here. And then they stick us in a little room in front of the computer. Oh, I know that's a troll. Um, I'm trying to. Theo looks like he could be interesting. It's just nothing's coming up. I can't find your channel. If you want, Theo, type something in the chat, and that way it'll take me to your channel, and I can see what you're about. All right, let me see if the Jerusalem Post has the port story. Again, I have to search. They're not prioritizing U.S. news, that's for sure. Wow, I don't see any story on the port strike from Jerusalem Post. Nothing. But Hindu stamps was pretty impressive. Um, all right, I'll take a chance on you. Let me get my overlay. Hang on. All right. What? You look like you're at a doctor's appointment. What's going on there? That's Don't stream from your appointment. That's weird. Uh, I'll probably regret this, but let me see what's going on with this dude. What's up, Theo?
What's up, everybody? I don't know what y'all talk about in here. I'm new to the stream. Hey, y'all can find me on. I ain't meant to promote, but I'm on multiple hundreds of TPP episodes. I do this live streaming shit all the time. Right now, I'm in the hospital. I ain't afraid to show it because I ain't on no fuck shit. So I'm just showing where I am. You're
What you in the hospital for?
uh all kinds of shit, bro. I don't like getting into my personal shit.
Okay. Well, you. All right. You just want to show us the hospital. Well, what's up?
Yeah, I was just showing, bro. I'll show them in the hospital. But yeah, it's just an appointment. It's nothing serious.
Oh, okay. Well, I hope it goes okay.
Yeah, I'm feeling good.
So
I
you
can't
just kind
read
of
the
panel
chat
hopping?
while I'm in here. but I'm not sure how to.
That's so funny. He's at a doc. He's in like you know the little room they take you when you're ready to see the doctor. He's
Oh,
in
there we
there,
go.
and while he's waiting on the doctor to come, he's streaming. I think that's so cool. It's like very much the future.
I get bored, man, sitting in here.
A
I
lot
mean,
of
what are
people
they
do.
gonna
They
tell me?
stream us from
I'm just in here
work.
to get my damn medicine, and they ain't gonna
Y-
give me my medicine, and I'm out.
Oh, okay. Well, I hope it works out. Oh, hang on. Let's
Um,
what's going on in the chat? Mike, if that is the real Mike, knock it off. I'm serious. You're not immune. In fact, let's give you a timeout.
hey, if you in chat and you little bitch, join the panel up,
Yeah,
folks.
it's open panel. Y'all can hop up.
Yeah, anybody can pop up. If I can pop up
So you
here,
said you
anybody
do
can pop up.
panels too? You have a channel?
I don't fuck around on YouTube. I'm gonna start though, but
Oh,
I
okay.
normally just join streams, bro. Like you
Okay.
can catch me on the People's Podcast. I'm on all kinds of streams over there. I destroy motherfuckers over there. Can't nobody touch me.
What's
Uh,
the People's Podcast?
it's ran by Eli, the People's Guy,
Oh, I don't think I know
straight
him.
from New York, NY. Jared Yonkers.
The People's Pod TPP. Let's see.
Yeah, you'll see me on there a lot with the same emoji. I use two different emojis.
I might subscribe to him and see what he's about.
Yeah, so I just want to join. You join. You have a good time. Fuck. The one dude's annoying on there right now. What the fuck's his name? With the biker guy with the biker helmet. But most of the time, it's a lot of fun on there.
Yeah, uh, we have an eclectic mix here too. We were talking about the port strike that might happen tomorrow.
What is that?
The ports on the East Coast and the Gulf Coast of the United States might shut down over a strike if they can't come to some kind of deal. And if that
Mm,
happens, it's going to affect the supply chain for everybody.
damn,
But I think they'll work something out. I think it's too high stakes for them not to.
that's rough. We having a. Is anyone having an SOS problem around America?
What is that?
If I could ask chat,
What's SOS?
I have no idea, but it's popping up on the top of my phone,
An SOS problem? Let's see.
and it's with Verizon because I had some motherfuckers outside of here before I got
Oh,
put
it
in.
says Verizon outage phone stuck on SOS. Yes, something is going on. Is it an
Yeah,
iPhone?
because I had some motherfuckers outside and they said they don't have iPhones, so they don't know. And then everyone else is telling me they're having the same problem, so I'm guessing it's just an iPhone.
Yeah, I just pulled up the news. There is something going on with Verizon and the it's stuck on SOS. It says there are some steps you could take to try to get your phone working. Well, what are they? Let's see. It says you could try putting your phone in airplane mode or turning it off entirely to try to reconnect to the network. Though if the network remains down, you will likely still be unable to connect. And you could also try Wi-Fi calling if you need to make calls through the Wi-Fi.
I have to be on Wi-Fi now. I'm on a phone that don't even have service.
Oh, oh, okay.
My phone that does have service won't fucking work. I tried joining with it at first, and motherfucker won't even work. Yeah. What country you from, folks?
I'm from the country of Louisiana, but I live in
Oh,
Washington State.
Louisiana. You just ain't got an accent.
Yeah,
Uh
but I live in America currently. We
oh,
get
hold
people
on.
from all over. Oh, your people are here. Okay, I'm gonna put you in the back. We do that.
It's going good. How about yourself?
It's time for the appointment. Oh, okay. Here, I'm gonna put you in the back while you do that. Well, that was interesting. That's so cool that like people in ordinary life, like anywhere they're sitting. I hope people don't start like streaming from the bathroom, but like anywhere people are alone in their car, at work, bored. Let me pull up a panel and just go hang out with other people. For some reason, I find that so encouraging. It just fills me with optimism and excitement that ordinary people all over the world are doing that. They're just picking up these little devices and connecting with random strangers and sharing their lives, like the little whatever they're doing in the moment. Mr. B and his, what is it, his sophisticated, subtle trolling. He really is one of the best. He may be the ultimate troll. We're still looking for that. The mole among moles, the troll among trolls. Mr. B would be an excellent candidate for that. It's the mastermind troll at the center of all the other trolls, manipulating the web better than anyone else. Who is that one person? I don't know. Oh, is it raining there again? I can't believe that it like Asheville, North Carolina was not the town I would predict would get all of the damage. Um, the little I know like the little I know about him from what I see in chat, I have no difficulty coming to that conclusion myself. But then you never know. It's just I see so many different sides to people depending on where I encounter them, and we're all capable. We all have troll in us. We all have demon. I think we all have the heroic in us too, and the divine, or maybe not all of us. Let me scratch that. Moose, did I forget again? What's wrong with me? When I started this stream, I'm like I had in my head the whole time. Don't forget to message Moose. Here, let me correct that. I feel really bad. Oh, okay. Whew. Good. That helps a lot. Um, I'll try to keep remember. I got out of the habit, is what happened, and now it's not built into my flow anymore. Yeah, but okay. This is a good topic because is self control really the ideal here? Because all you're doing is like the emotion stays in the same state it is. You're just keeping it. You're keeping the expression of it under control. You're regulating the expression of it. But the emotion itself is not being transformed into anything higher. So being good at self-control has its advantages, I guess, for social harmony. Yeah, yeah. But it doesn't, like the energy itself doesn't change or do anything or go anywhere. Oh no, it does not sound like no big deal to me. Right. Oh, say no more. You sold me. I'm gonna, I need to get, I'm working on my picket sign right now. I'm motivated. Yeah, because I talked the other day. I don't think there is objectivity when it comes to humans and what goes on between humans. I think it's all intersubjective. I think even when it overlaps and seems like objectivity, interpersonal objectivity, I think that's still intersubjectivity. I think science can give us something approximating objectivity when it's aimed at things like the physical world. Oh wow, I did make assumptions about your gender, but I will revise them accordingly. Although these days not even sure, even then, what to revise them to. That's why it's going to be so much easier when we're just all trans. The category expands and swallows everything. Because we're already technically non binary. So it's just one more step. I think if we could all be trans, all be black, and all be racist at the same time, it would solve all of our social problems. Just admit that about ourselves, identify it as at least those things, and we'll all be good. Oh, good. Okay, cool. I hope it goes well. Tell him we said hi. Tell him to watch our show. Tell him to if he has any autistic patients. I need to start like making printable business cards that people can download and pass out to their friends. Yes, that's why. See, that's but a rock is from the physical world. But now there are people that would make the case today, like if we get in a verbal fight over the internet, that what I say to you has the potential to damage you the same as a physical rock does. Like they analogize the human world to the physical world. All right, let's check it with Theo. How'd it go?
So those still waiting.
Oh, okay,
How y'all doing, people in chat? We all out
pretty good.
here.
You seem like you're in a state.
Yeah, I'm in some kind of state. But
Did you have a bad experience?
it's bright as shit.
Yeah.
But hey, boy, we been young, born young.
Yeah, y'all have it rough, I hear.
Fucking, who knows?
Well, at least you're in a medical facility, so I have a lot more hope for you now.
Yeah, I'll be good.
I think so. So,
I'm about to get out of here. I'm just getting my shit.
okay.
You know, I'm finna be back to
Back to the streets.
yeah,
Well, I
trip.
hope it goes well for you, Theo. And
Look extra white right now.
yeah, you do.
All this,
Extra whiteness.
mm, all these damn lights in me. Look like I'm about to die or something.
You use it
But
as
hey,
a
y'all,
mirror.
y'all, look, I look way better right here, right?
All right. Well,
Trip.
take. I'm gonna let you get back to your appointment though. So, like, take care and check in with us. All right. Um. Oh, Ace. I use that a lot too. I as a pro, I clean my electric razors with it. I clean my. I use it for zits and it's really good for cold sore. It dries out a cold sore. I keep a bottle of isopropyl around and hydrogen peroxide. I always have a use for those some kind of way. Oh yeah, the strike. We were well. Anyway, that Hindustan article is that's the one I recommend if you want to find out more. It's just details galore. It was like a buffet of details. The TV show that was that was my show growing up. That I thought like adult life would most be like. Like when I grew up, my life would most be like the Three's Company people. Oh, cool, untrackable. Coming on. And now that I look back, it was kind of weird. A guy and two girls living in an apartment together. And I remember he could cook. And they had the ropers. And to this day, I'll tell you what some of the gays do at the gay bar. They have a Mrs. Roper Day. And they all show up at the gay bar dressed like Mrs. Roper in their drag. Mrs. Roper drag. Hello.
Hey, what's up? Happy podcast day.
Yeah, happy podcast. I forgot about that. Where it's a new future,
Yeah.
or maybe a new iteration of a future that's been around for a little while.
Yeah, I think I saw in a comment last night on one of the places, not a comment, but a chat where somebody was saying that like the panel verse is kind of the new version of reality TV. Because if you look back, like when you had like the original Road Rules, like those people had jobs, they had real lives. MTV wasn't paying them much.
Oh,
They
right.
they really either got along or had real fights, and then it just kind of turned into alcohol fueled circus show where they didn't really have to work. They were getting paid more than most actors do to act real. You know.
Well, maybe the next step is putting some of the Panelverse in a house together. The fake world, season one.
No, you don't want to do that because then somebody might get offended. Instead of like, oh, I'm gonna dox you, they're like, hey, don't make me walk across the
I
hallway.
don't know, with shows out there like Flavor Flav and Bad Girls Club. I think Hollywood. I think they're set up to handle it.
I
Hey,
mean,
Joe.
Hey,
well,
Hey,
they got me.
they got you.
They got me, Jeff. I had my pronouns policed earlier today.
What
I
happened?
may not survive.
Oh
Ugh,
no! Tell us about it. We're here for you. What happened?
thank you. I need a a safe, unsafe place,
This
right?
is where men come to get in touch with their feminine side.
Um, it was pretty minor actually, but it is one of those things where it can instantly just pop up and become like a moment, um, without warning, right? Especially in this case. So, um, one thing I do now is I like um, I'll go to like board game events in local areas. A lot of like the local libraries here have them staggered throughout the month. So
Oh, that's cool.
yeah, so I've been doing that. And there was this one um, that was today. I went to. We were playing a game, and this new couple showed up. Hadn't seen them before, and they were probably about my age.
That's my question too, Jeremy.
Um, we were playing a game called Love Letter. It's actually a really good game. Um, and this couple comes up, and they look like they don't seem like they're LGBT or anything. They seem like a typical couple, really. And at one point, um, the chick points out, "So I use they them pronouns." You would not have been able to guess at all by looking. It's
Like
just
just randomly threw it out there.
right, exactly. Like while we were talking, because I was explaining the game because I knew the game. So when I was explaining what had happened to another player, and I'm like, and then she did this, and she's like, "Oh, I use they them pronouns." Right, and I'm thinking, okay. And then later on, maybe like 10 or 15 minutes later, was another thing where, again, they were new to the game. I knew the game. So I'm explaining what happened and like why it was in the rules. And I'm like, well, he did that. And then he did that. And then she did that. Right. And then the librarian was like, they use they, them pronouns. And I'm like, okay. And, but that was
Did you
it. But it
stay?
like, um, no, but when the game ended, I did not join them at the other game that was being played. I played a different game with other folks. But I actually was thinking about that. I even thought it might be a good thing to run by you, Jeff, because
I just listening to your story. I was walking out of that library just listening to your story.
yeah. So I thought about it because I want to go out and socialize more, and there has been opportunity for me to do that by going to these board game things. It's only once a month as well, right? At that one. Um, so I was thinking I would go again and see if they showed up again, and if they did, then I might just leave and not return and just go to the other board game things where
Yeah.
I don't have to worry about running into that.
You run into the same thing I am. That's why I don't socialize here. People wonder why I don't have a life. That's why. Because every time I try to go do something, it's that kind of bullshit.
Yeah, and but what was really crazy here is like I mean there was nothing about this woman to suggest that that's what would even be brought up other than like she said it, right? Like just she looked like a normal chick, like just nothing to suggest being LGBT in the slightest. not
And
in the haircut, or
yeah,
in fact, that might be one of the only millennial women I've seen in a long time who had no color in her hair. I mean,
was it short?
it was kind of like shoulder length, but
Oh,
like a lot of women do that. That's pretty normal
yeah.
these days.
I would just tell. I don't know what that means. Like I don't know. Well, I'm probably not. I would tell. I would be very honest with. I don't know what that means. I tell. I pull the old card. I'm from a different. I'm old. I'm from a different generation.
Well, I'm in
I
the middle
don't
of a
know what that
playing the
means.
game, so I'm
And
like,
and if you're expecting anything from me, I can't promise that I'm gonna call you what
yeah,
you.
I'm
I
in the
would
middle of
just
the game,
tell
so
her
I'm
up
not
front.
thinking about arguing about it, right? I'm just thinking like I would just want to finish explaining the game, right? So, but it's definitely something that could be an issue again.
Yeah, it seemed like a power play for sure.
Yeah, and then
If,
they do the
if
thing. I use they them, and it's like, okay, you use that. That's not how I talk.
Right.
Right. The
That's
fact that like I was speaking naturally and I was not overthinking things and I said she again, even though I was told I use they them, like that's just clearly that's what you do, but
I
not
would
what I
just
do.
say, well, then I'll leave. Like, if it's that important, then I'll just leave. I'm not the person for this group.
Yeah. That's the weird thing to me is when they say I use, like, why don't you just use words like that? Like what nothing stops people from using the pronouns they want to use for themselves.
Yeah.
It's which I guess really doesn't matter because the first person pronouns are always neutral, so
Right.
it's the same for everyone. For some reason, it's only the third person ones. And honestly, like if our third person pronouns were neutral by default, if that were just how the language worked, none of this would be going on. Nobody would be talking about this right
They'd
now.
find something else to weaponize.
Maybe, but like it's just pronouns are such a common part of the language. They're a unit of the grammar
Well, they're
eh,
politicized now.
that you can run into it very easily. But yeah, that's what I was thinking is I don't want to have an argument with them about it, right? I don't want to be like it just isn't worth it to me. Like I don't really care how they talk, so I don't want to have to argue. Well, technically you're not a they, right? Like I don't care what they think, right? I don't care about changing their mind on that. I don't even think it's really my place to change their mind, even if I am right. Um, I'm there to play a board game, and so, but I also don't want to like get boxed into a corner with stuff like that, right? Where they can just come up with reasons to escalate a situation.
Right. Hello,
Anyway, you
hello.
guys were talking about something already, so I want to let you guys finish.
Oh no, that was way more
Um,
exciting. I love hearing those stories because it
is
helps
that how
me
you
learn.
feel about trackable? Was it more interesting?
um, I had just barely got here as well, so we were just kind of welcoming in and trying to form something to talk about. Your story was
Okay.
interesting.
Okay. Yeah. I know that I can come in like a wrecking ball sometimes, just ready to go. So I don't want to derail people's things.
Well,
Basically, I don't
sometimes
want to
wrecking
be
balls are
the
good.
I don't want to be like that chick who was like I use they them pronouns and just completely disrupt something that was fine.
Yeah. Well,
Um,
I mean, ultimately, it's on me. So, oh,
true.
you're good.
But as Jordan Peterson would say, our heavenly Father, we can all take some personal responsibility.
He ain't my daddy. He is not. He is not daddy enough. He even said it himself.
He's even
I'm
said that
about to
he's a little
critique
effeminate,
you a
right?
little
Yeah, he
bit.
does. He says he's psychologically feminine, and I agree.
Joe, we can't let you be like midlife bro crisis, okay? Don't apologize for your behavior. Just be you, okay? Because he comes in here and he always like drags his tail
That
every
was a
time,
troll.
and he always
Ooh,
makes himself.
the
You
gauntlet
know
has
how it
been
is.
thrown. I see. I got all these
Stop rolling
guys
your hair.
fighting over me.
Uh-huh. Oh, that's funny. My pronouns are Rufus, Xavier, Sarsaparilla.
Oh, that's the one from that's the pronoun song from Schoolhouse Rock, and then they replace all the big long names. It's the aardvark. Rufus Xavier Sarsaparilla dated so and so 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 so, but you could say he dated her, they went there. So that's my version of pronouns. My actual pronoun is faggot. That's what I would just tell her. If she said my pronoun is she, I would say, oh, mine is faggot, and then I
I
would
saw
watch her
someone
self
actually mention
destruct.
that in a debate once, where they listed offensive words as their pronouns, and faggot was one of them. And they're like, it was basically like, are you going to do that? Like, just because I say it? And like the way, the whole point of pronouns is you do not have to ask which ones to use. There are these instantly available like forms of shorthand to plug in gaps in your sentence so that you don't need to know specific names and how they're pronounced or anything like that. That's why they exist. And that's like common in other languages. Like even though
Can
not all languages do gender with the pronouns the same way, like that's the difference between a pronoun and a noun is you don't need to know the exact noun. Or you don't need to enunciate all 4 or 5 syllables of the noun every time.
what
And
if
so if you're telling people, you miss the fucking point. Like you're just kind of you're showing something else about yourself, right?
Well, like everything else, pronouns are not pronouns anymore. They're a new category of something
Mhm.
else that's using the name pronoun from our category of our generation.
it's language, it's not identification, you know, it's how we communicate to lead to identification sometimes. Because if let's say, Joe, I'm talking to you about Jeff, and I
Mhm.
ask you a question, what is his name?
Mhm. I would
um
say his name is Jeff, or he is
okay,
Jeff.
now if you're sitting at a board table and you're talking to one person and there's a group of people there, and you say, what is their name? Now, when you write it down, you can have like the there, the THEIR name, right?
Mhm.
But that doesn't specify necessarily a singular. You know,
Right.
it's like, well, you want to know everybody's name? No, I just want to know his
There,
name.
I know that throws me off too, because as an English major, I'm used to associating it with plural. They is plural to me. I can't associate like a single person having a plural set of pronouns. It
Yeah,
jars on my
there is
brain. I
some
can't get
precedent
past
for
it.
the singular gender neutral use of they, and that's typically with somebody whose identity is don't know
Right?
isn't
Yeah.
known. So it's like
Yeah,
somebody
but
calls on
but
the
they try to hijack that and say because of that
right,
oh,
right. But that's
everybody uses it plural all the time. You just don't know it. You use it all the time as plural, but yes, but in a different context.
as soon as I know that you're a fucking dude, I'm gonna start saying he, and I'm not gonna say they. Um, like that goes out the window at
I
that
don't even
point.
know what
And
they is. Like psychologically, I don't know what I don't know what I'm
yeah,
calling
like
them.
if you say they, then right, like the thing is like for us when we're saying oh they were calling about this, right? If we're talking about like maybe some sort of telemarketer, and we might not be able to tell if they're male or female over the phone sometimes,
Or
depending
they
on the
represent a company, and even if they're
yeah.
female, I might say they because I'm talking about the company.
Well, sometimes because of feedback or whatever, like on the phone, like you can't tell if they're a male or female, and it's not, then it's like it's the mystery of it. But if there's no mystery, right? Then, like you said, Jeff, what is the they them supposed to mean? Um,
I have no
that's the
idea.
issue.
Like
It really just
sometimes they feel like a man, sometimes they feel like I don't care how they feel. That's not important to my life.
yeah, like nobody has ever called me he because they asked how I feel. That's never happened, and I guarantee you they weren't even thinking about how I feel when they said it.
All it
They saw
makes
it
me
as
think is it could change at any second. So why do I have to? I can't
yeah,
keep up with every time their gender changes. Nobody could be expected to do that.
yeah. No, it's weird. So, but again, my whole point is I don't want to, you know, what I my honest opinion is when people say that they are being rude. Um, they are being rude and it's essentially engaging in some light form of manipulation or harassment. I don't want to meet that with more manipulation or harassment or anything like that myself. So,
I just
so
confront it and get out in the open, so everybody's aware of the game going on. They can't like if they're gonna play the game, they're gonna play it openly around me.
what I would probably do is like just decide if I want to hang out with that crowd anymore, and then if for whatever reason I were directly asked about it, then I would be clear because
Yeah, if you have that option, I guess you
yeah,
can make that choice.
which
But if
I
you're
do
stuck
because it's
with them, it's I'm not playing that game.
yeah, like yeah. And another thing too is it's usually not just that. They're probably also going to be a person who nitpicks about other things I've noticed, and so
Because they're
um
Karens. This is all Karen. These are all
yeah.
Karen
So it's
maneuvers.
just you're avoiding a lot of other stuff.
Just
It's never going to be in isolation.
Moose, what's up?
Good, dude.
Are you doing domestic chores?
I'm grazing.
Go. Men doing chores. That's what they tune in to see.
Yeah, but does it make sense as well? Like, it's just a way of dealing with people, and some people like they gotta go that deep to feel some sort of step above or something like that. Because I mean, if you have a name, let's just say you have a 3 syllable name or something like that, and those are usually the easier ones to come up with nicknames for. Like if your name is Theodore, you could go by Ted, you could go by Teddy, you know, something like that. But
Hey,
if
does anybody know why they call Richard Dick?
I feel
Probably
like
for
I
the same
should,
reason that they call William Bill.
but I'll let you tell us.
No, I don't know. That's why I'm
Oh,
asking it. And then I would like to know why they call William Bill, because like those two don't make sense at all.
Maybe it has something to do with the Irish.
how Dick came to be short for Richard. Let's see.
But does it make sense that like if you introduce yourself or somebody reads your name on a piece of paper and they're meeting you, and then after a while, they shorten your name up
Yeah.
without asking, but they're trying to get your attention, and you know that's what they thought of, just a shorten it up version, you know.
Yeah.
And so you
Um,
reach up to them and be like, "Hey, my name is Theodore. Only my mom calls me Teddy."
You know who hated being called Teddy?
Who?
Theodore Roosevelt.
Okay.
He did not like it. He wanted people to call him Theodore. So whenever I talk about him, I call him Theodore Roosevelt.
All right. Well, see, I even ran into this because I've got one of those types of names, and my friends didn't ask to shorten my name up; they just did it.
they just yeah.
And then they come over to the house and they're calling me that, and my mom's there, and she stopped them and she's like, "I gave him a name. That's what you're gonna call him." But then she never called me by my name. She always had a nickname.
Hmm.
That's because she's a
What's
woman.
funny is my
No, I'm
full
just
name
kidding.
is Joseph, but I think of myself more as Joe than Joseph because almost nobody
Yeah,
calls
I
me
would
Joseph.
too. And that's how Moose got his name too.
Oh
I
yeah?
don't even know him as anything other than Moose.
Yeah, I wasn't self-appointed. It
But they
just
gave you
became
the
my
right. They
name.
they got your spirit animal right. Correct. They gave you the right one. Well, the dick thing is way less interesting. Um, it happened in the 13th century, and it was common to short, like you said, when people were writing names, they didn't want to write long names, so they wrote short names like Rick, Richie, Rich, stuff like that. And then eventually, for variation, they started thinking of rhyming names with those words. And there were a lot of them like Hitch, uh, Hitch It, that kind of stuff. And those dropped out, but for some reason, the Dick one is one that stuck around.
Maybe it's because of writing.
And
If
and
you
dick
take
meaning penis came centuries after that, so it was in no way associated with the penis when it
maybe
happened.
penis is a reference to the name Dick, kind of like sometimes calling it a
Well, let
John.
me look up that one. Why is penis called dick?
Yeah, why is it
What?
not called a Rickard head?
It's a
Yeah.
common English slang, or 17th century. It became slang for a man as a sexual partner. The next dick I picked up for her was a man of color, as contrary to the former, as light is to darkness. Wow, what is this from? It's a quote.
Oh, so
The
it's like
English Rogue by Richard Head, 1665
so
satire.
it used
A
to refer
dick
to a
was
guy that
procured
you
to
just fucked.
impregnate a character that is having difficulty conceiving.
Interesting.
And then an 1869 slang dictionary offered the definition of dick, including a riding whip. And the term came to be associated with the penis through usage by men in the military around the 1880s. And it,
Interesting. Very interesting.
yeah, isn't language interesting? That's an example of organic
I was
evolution.
about to say, like, it's not like I use dick to mean penis. Imagine if the word they tried to change the word like that. They tried to make that become the definition of dick. And
Yeah.
every time you said dick and you used it to refer to something other than a penis, they'd be like, I use dick to refer to penis. Man,
Yes, that is what they do. That's why Wittgenstein is like basic knowledge of Wittgenstein is your best defense through all this bullshit, and just keeping the categories separated and knowing the language games.
Oh yeah.
yeah. Interestingly, Jeff, there was another time at another board game event at a different library, different town, um, where a trans person tried to correct me on something else, and it was something I hadn't actually said, but someone next to me had said while this trans person was like at a different table, and they overheard it, and then they wanted to correct me and didn't confirm that I was actually the one who said it.
Would you tell them? I didn't say that.
Well, we explained that it was the other guy that was next to me, but
Was
it's
the
just
other
like
guy like? Was there something different about him that they would redirect it to you instead,
he was sitting next to me. I mean,
or
that's
was
it.
he? Or are they just mistaken?
They were just mistaken, and they were not doing due
Because
diligence to like.
sometimes people will displace like if it's a stronger person, they'll displace it onto somebody weaker.
Yeah, I think it's just this guy wasn't paying attention because he was not at the table, so he didn't notice, and then
Hey Nova,
didn't also care to maybe second guess himself before trying to like correct someone or accuse someone of something.
see, Moose
Wrong
knows.
button.
Welcome back. We're just
What a
Hey, that,
beautiful
that
day it is, right?
yeah.
I mean,
What
it
did you
really
do? What did you
is.
end up doing today besides work? Hey, what? Talk to us about your job, your city job.
Oh man, they haven't called me back yet, but I have some other good news coming up. I'm not going to talk about it
Okay.
because I don't want to ruin it.
Yeah.
I want it to happen first.
Wow. Okay. Good. Good.
oh wow,
Yeah,
it was a pretty
life is
successful
good,
month for me.
and hopefully, if we can get this bill on the cabin situated, it came back $12,000 over what we were told it would be. So hopefully, we get that situated, and then we'll be good. Praise God.
Wow. What a level of obsession. Do send us a link, Mr. B.
An example of the nuances of language use like that. There's this scene in the show
No,
The
don't
Office
block it. He's fine. Don't block him. Go ahead.
where um, the main character Michael Scott pretends to be demoted, and that his number two was being promoted to his position as manager. His number two's name is Dwight, because the number two was like did this conspiracy to try and steal his job, and so Michael decided to turn it around on him by pretending that the conspiracy worked, so that he could then surprise him later and catch him off guard. And while Dwight was like, um, you know, starting to believe that he had the job now, he referred to Michael as Mike one time. He always called him Michael. Um, and then he suddenly called him Mike. He's like, "It's okay, Mike." And he did it in like this diminutive way. Like he was like flexing his feeling of superiority now that he was the manager.
This was in person. This happened.
This was on the TV show The Office. It was like
Oh. Okay.
so it was written, but it was like an example of like how that was a subtlety of language use like that was used, where Mike, which he might have been called before, was used offensively.
Oh yeah. People do stuff like that with me. They'll call me Jeffy or Jeffrey, even though they know that's not my name. And people might call you Joseph to have a certain effect,
That
other
they have
than
called me
Joe.
Joseph for effect, interestingly. Not offensively, but it's something that's happened a few times, and it's always been women that do this, or they do it because it sounds like more prim and proper or something. So it'll be like,
It
sure
can
thing,
also be.
Joseph.
Yeah, I was about to say it can be like you put that again, you can't see punctuation,
Mhm.
when somebody's speaking, but they could be adding sarcasm by doing that to your
Mhm.
name. They could putting an exclamation point on your name for like say you do something and somebody sees that as like an elementary act, either your joke or your action or whatever, and to like make you feel like you're acting like a little boy. They say Joseph as if like, hey, step up to your name and do better or something like that, or call you Joey and really try to make you feel like, hey, you're acting like a little boy, so I'm gonna call you Joey. You know what I
Oh,
mean?
Joseph.
Yeah, my parents would use my full version of the name like that. But people who aren't my parents, when they have intentionally referred to me as Joseph instead of Joe, usually it's from what I can tell, it's always been a positive spin on it.
Yeah.
It's almost like they're dressing me up with my name, right? Which
Yeah, I
I think is
was.
only fun for women. I think this is why guys don't do it.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
call people by what they want to be called. Like I don't really take liberties with people's names for no reason.
yeah. I deal with that. You know, I think it's pretty common, and especially now. But when let's say you go in for a job and you get the job and you're introducing yourself to your direct supervisor, and they're like, okay, you know, I see here you are such and such, and they read it off of the paper. But then they can make a note right there if they ask the question, how do you prefer to be called? Because this, you know, not everybody goes by their first name. Some people might request the shorter version of their name just because that's what they've been called their whole life and that's who they come under that name, or um or something like that along those lines. But then you get that out of the way, but that's just simply your name and what you want to be called. But the pronoun thing, I think that's
Yeah, well, the
awkward.
name is in fact referring to an individual,
Yeah.
and then the pronouns again are part of the grammar, and they're not you don't have really much of a claim to them. The whole point of the pronoun is you're de-individuating aspects of the sentence when you're speaking.
Yeah. Because I mean, wouldn't it be weird if you tried to do that with everything? So, like, if it's you and I speaking, but then you change the pronouns, so it's you and they speaking, but then you start to mess with the and because I don't like to be between another person and the word and. So when you are referring to and me, you have to say like woo or something like that. So it would be
Yeah,
you and woo they. You know, it's
yeah,
like are we rewriting a whole, like we're not mixing Klingon and Chinese and English all into one sentence at the same time. It just doesn't make any sense. It's
yep.
communication, not de decumination. Dehumanation. I don't know what the word that would be. That'd be
I
making
get
a
what you're
whole other.
not miscommunication, communication, not miscommunication. But yeah, that'll
Yeah,
be
it'd be
my.
like
I think
on
that might
purpose
be.
trying not to understand. Because there's one thing when you don't understand what's being said. I think that'd be miscommunication. But when you
Yeah.
purposely deny what you heard, falls in the realm of ignorance.
Hmm. We might have to coin a new word here. We don't have to do it all at once, though. Mike said, "Stop lying, Nova. Never blocked you. I'm tired of the lies."
Who blocked who? What?
Now let's just chat going off.
Well,
A case
Mark
study in
one up
mass
if you
obsession,
got it.
according to Jeff.
Well, this is podcast day, and I will say the chat is always welcome, always live, always hitting it. And sometimes they bring up some really good stuff. So shout out to chat on podcast day.
Shout out to Big J on the podcast day. He's not here. He's grabbing a cup of coffee right now. But if you want, go ahead and hit that Cash App
Oh,
or hit
donate.
that money button down there and donate. $2.99 all the way up to $299, depending on how much you want to be cleansed, how much you feel that your soul needs
What is
cleansing,
he up to?
and and yeah, I mean, may your pocketbooks be light and your hearts not be heavy either.
Right, I
Amen.
like the hearts not be heavy part. Cleansed in the blood of Satan. I, maybe I should leave that out. If thank you, Moose. You do good horns on trackball. I like this. I like your horn
I'm
game.
over the lies in the chat. Where's the mods?
What's going on?
It's just looks like it's stuff involving
Oh
Mike.
Lord, I stepped away for half a second. Let's see what's going
Yeah.
on. See, this is that drama that we're not monetizing yet.
Yeah, we
Okay,
gotta
Mike,
monetize it.
you can't, no fighting with people in the chat room. Both of you, you can't do this.
You gotta monetize it now, right? You're like, the river is running. Put up that mill wheel and start getting that free energy.
Why are Nova and Mike, who normally like are one of the cool chill people, arguing with each other in my chat? Why can't they take it somewhere else? That makes it harder for me to moderate everybody else. If even Mike and Nova are doing it, then it's hard for me to make the case for all this
it's
other
hard.
blocking and banning I've been doing.
Yeah, so
Just
you
end
make
it. It doesn't matter. This is not where this conversation should be happening.
End it before Jeff figures out how to make money off of it. He's so close.
Me or Joe? Joe's helping me with that because he's better at that than I am.
Sure. We'll do
Okay,
an
well, I
auction
didn't
for
catch
a
that
wrench.
part, and
That's
this
what
is
we'll
one
do.
of the things that I need to like get the moderators to look for.
Do like an auction for a wrench.
All right, what's up?
Hey, I'll be real brief, real quick, because I'm pissed the fuck off. I didn't do or say anything. I just happened to pop in because I was going to come up and say what's up to you guys. I'm not sure why Nova's saying I blocked her on multiple channels. I never blocked anybody.
Well, I mean, even if you did, you have the
I
right
know,
to
but it's
like
just like,
people.
and then the whole fucking game of, oh, you started it, dude. This is so fucking childish.
I know my channel is not the place to
Um,
work that out. I don't know how much more clear. I don't know why. Like, can
I
someone
am.
else communicate it other than me? I don't know
Okay,
any.
here's
I'm
what we do,
fucking.
Jeff.
I'm
Anytime
over it.
someone
I'm over it.
wants,
I'm done. I'll go somewhere else. I'm done. Like he blocked me on bananas. No, I did. I didn't block anybody. What the fuck are you talking about? These people make this weird
I
shit up
know,
in their
Mike.
mind.
Just take a break for it. That's what I do. Just
No,
so
like
Jeff,
I'm
here's my
over it.
idea.
I'm over
Anytime someone's
lies.
gonna come in and complain about Mike, it's $5. And if they don't pay up in like a
It's
few
it's
minutes,
it's
they get
bullshit.
banned until they
a
pay.
I'm
curse
sorry.
jar.
Yeah,
It's
basically,
bullshit
like a swear jar. You
lies.
start talking about Mike in an
Yeah,
unpleasant way. Even if he
these are the most
even if you
these
could
are the
argue
most
he deserves it, there's no reason to do it.
these are the
So
most immature people I've ever seen in my life.
that's what you
But
gotta
he
do.
said this 2 years ago. It's
I
like
know, but
Jesus,
that's Mike. Though this is not the place to
dude.
work it out. I'm serious.
Yeah.
I don't want
So what do you
this
think
on
of that,
here.
Jeff? Right?
I
$5
agree with you.
Mike
I
back.
just, huh?
Well, you know what? Good
You
luck with that. Good luck with that. And like I said, I come up. We have good conversations.
yes, indeed.
They make shit up. It's a little hate group. They make shit up and they just run with it.
All
That's
right. And
all.
then if they
That's it.
How else
pay it,
is your day gonna
We
anytime.
can
last?
try.
Let me
We can
see it,
try
Mark.
the Joe suggested, like
Yeah.
have the
Yeah.
little mic jar or anybody else.
Yeah.
It just
I'm
needs to
good.
be
I'm good. I'm
Mike.
not. Yeah. I'm not going to patronize myself. I mean, I go around to other channels and I stick up for this channel. I always have this channel's back always, and I'm just sick and tired of the fucking lies. I'm tired of it. I've never timed. I don't.
Mike, though, there's no way to stop the lies. There's
It's
no.
okay.
All I can do is stop them on this channel, and that's what I'm trying to do.
Yeah.
I
So
think
it's
it's
$5.
pathetic. I think it's pathetic that these people will make shit up and believe it. It's the weirdest thing
Yes,
I've ever seen.
we know.
Yeah.
all of that.
I
They
don't
do
give
that.
a stuff about me. I don't
They
care
make
about
stuff
these
about
things.
me. The stuff they believe about me is it's laughably crazy.
Yeah. I couldn't give a shit about what they think about me. I don't care. I don't give a shit. But like they sit and chat and they just make shit up, you
Yes,
know.
I know.
And
But
these are why they're even here blows my mind because they're in other panels talking shit about us. Then they come
that's
over
fine.
here trying to
That's
be
fine as
cool.
long as they do it
Yeah.
on these other channels.
I don't think it's funny. I think it's
But I don't
funny,
want
and
them doing it here, and I don't want you doing it here.
well, I'm not. I got timed out just for like being funny back. I was just being funny
Don't
back.
like I said. If people are gonna joke, it
Yeah,
better give the
it's
impression
all
that
right.
it's a joke and not a troll. And
Go
so
go
that's
ahead and just put up the mic tax and just let that take
Yeah,
over, and
yeah.
then
I'm not going to be patronized. I'm not going to be used. So
no.
if
He
I'm
has to consent to it.
yeah,
okay.
if I'm not respected on the panel, if I'm not you know, if people are going to make shit up out of nowhere and run with it,
I
they can do that.
personally don't think that they should be
I
trolling Mike at
didn't.
all. Like I don't want to incentivize the trolling
Yeah,
of Mike at all if he's not into it. And he has reasons currently to not be into it, and so I want to honor that.
yeah. I mean, if someone wants to pay to kick me off, I don't mind getting you some money, but it's like I'm not going to play
No.
these
Even that's
complicated.
stupid.
Yeah,
I mean, it's dumb. Like, you come here, you contribute, you're here to have a
yeah.
conversation. Like, why? I mean, how fucking stupid is it to get thrown out of a conversation that you're having with people? I mean, I get it. it I get it at times, but like, you've literally got like 60 people following you everywhere you go. It's ridiculous.
Well, that's fine, and that they can do whatever they want because they're pathetic pieces of shit. That's what they are. Because they'll never come up and debate me. They'll never come up and talk to me.
Well,
They'll never
mostly
come.
because I don't let them. Some of them have tried. I'm the
Yeah,
one that doesn't let them do it here.
yeah.
Maybe
Well, they're
on
just
other channels.
they're full of hatred. They're full of hatred and resentment for their own personal experiences. Like I don't
Right,
mess
but
with
I'm
anybody.
trying to minimize that on here. At least the display of it.
I got you.
I can't control what's in their heart, but the display of it, I'm
Yeah,
trying to minimize on here.
yeah.
So we're
So
working on a mod team. These things take some
it's all
time.
good. They have their little gangs. They have their little gangs that travel in packs because they can't attack you at once. They have to have little pack attacks.
I, don't know,
It's just
I see
fun.
some of the channels. I see some of the footage.
Yeah, and
But
I wish
Tommy,
them well.
I'm the one letting this happen. Because I think
Well, Tommy.
it.
Is that Tommy Flip Flop? That's the Flip Flop Tommy. That's
Jeff, I'm
talking
gonna
shit
reset
about
my
me
laptop, so
and
I'll be
Jeff.
right
Talk
in a
about
minute.
me and you on other panels. Then he comes over here trying to be cool with you.
Well, Ladybug, I guess that's the filter then. That's the standard that because some people can separate and some can't, and I want the ones that can separate. That shows the level of emotional maturity I'm looking for. The ones that can't, probably this is not going to be the channel for them long term.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. I just think
But Mike, can I add like
please.
as we, I'm not gonna question where you go and what you do or what you say, but as a panel participant and you agree like, oh, we've had some good conversations and stuff, when you come on panel and you give this arena so, so much attention towards what you're talking about now, it kind of
Mm,
takes away from the panel. Like
sure.
you don't have to respond to that stuff. You don't have
Yeah.
to. You could let you come on panel and let the panel be panel and participate with us who are right here in front of you. And I know you've been addressed to your face on panels before. I think that's inappropriate, but unless the panel wants that to happen and welcomes you to
Mhm.
do it, but
Sure.
otherwise, the things that get said in chat when trolling's done, that's up to the channel to handle,
Sure.
whether the
Yeah.
comments to stay or not. But at the
Yeah.
same time, that Jeff has said that like this isn't the place to hash out the individual drama, regardless if it just happened right now or if somebody's trying to take it back there. That's down there, man.
Mm.
I'm just saying. I'm trying to maybe help things click for everybody in your mentality.
Yes, and I know, and he knows that. That's why I'm trying to squash it, and it looks like he's at least a little calmer about it.
You know,
Tommy,
it's
was this to me? Like I keep him up there to trash people? No, I don't let him trash people. There's many, including today, where I timed him out, and I'm telling him right now to leave this alone.
Sure. But trackable, I appreciate it, man. I appreciate you.
Tommy, he's never. I don't think you're talking about me. I don't. Like people tell me all kind of shit, but I don't believe the stuff they say about you because I make my own judgment. And at least on my panel, you've been nothing but decent and respectful to me. So that's what I'm judging you by.
Hmm.
All right. So good. Wombat, welcome. What is the topic? Uh-oh, you're on mute or something. Or not coming in. Okay.
Okay, that's probably better.
You're very faint.
How's that? Is that better?
Yeah, that's a lot better.
I was reading through. I was reading through the Ig Nobel Award.
Oh, now you're fading out again.
Okay, hang on.
Oh,
Let's see if I
it
can-
might be like how you position your voice because sometimes it comes in.
Sometimes the gain on my microphone drops.
Yeah, like right now it's fine.
I'll just get close.
Yeah, I think it's when
so
you turn
the-
your head.
Didn't go away.
So you know how there's areas of the world where they say people live longer, like the Mediterranean diet, and like they say parts of Japan have an unusually high number of people who live over 100. Have you heard of? They call them blue zones.
Oh no, I haven't.
Have you heard of that? So I think people have been talking about this, for maybe 20 years
Where
or so.
people are claimed to have exceptionally long lives beyond the age of 80 due to
Yeah,
lifestyle.
yeah, exactly. Like some credit it, like the Japanese healthy diet or
Japan,
the Mediterranean diet.
Sardinia, Italy, Costa Rica, Greece.
Yeah, exactly. So some guy looked into this and he looked at everyone like that is over 105 years old or 110 years old in all but about 20% of the countries. And what he found was that it's nothing to do with the environment they're in or lifestyle. It's because it's usually these people have no birth certificates or they died without a death certificate.
So they're not really the age people think they are.
So these people in Japan who live really long, it correlates with whether the records, their birth records, were bombed during World War II. The other big factor, the second biggest predictor for old age, so that was, he said, the number one predictor for old age is whether birth and death records were destroyed or who has the worst records. The other factor is countries where they have very good old age pension or social security, such as Italy. They have exceptionally long people who live longer than average, but that's because family members are claiming the pension. They don't report the death. And so these people are, notionally 105 years old, but they've been dead 10 years and the family's still collecting a government benefit.
Wow. They do say that there's been no controlled studies of these blue zones.
Yeah. So this guy looked into it. Yeah.
Uh-oh. Let's see. What's going on here? Oh, I wish Joshua Jones, if you're out there at all, and you have anything to tell us. Let me, so far nothing on Google News.
It just never ends.
Yeah. You see
Oh, Ladybug. Oh my God. Well, yeah, I will if they close the ports, because that's one of the things that's supposed to be affected is the coffee. You might have just bought me one cup right here. Thank you so much. Seriously, I really appreciate it. Here you go. Thank you. Wow.
The other thing that came up for me this week was something came up in my Instagram feed that the first time someone experimentally observed antimatter was in 1932. And I would have thought like that was something very recent, or didn't know that it happened at all.
The
But the
bananas.
first experiment, yeah, and then that led me into like bananas, that even bananas produce antimatter. So bananas have tons of potassium, and a very small percentage of that potassium in a banana is potassium 40, which is an isotope. Maybe 1 billionth of the potassium is potassium 40, and potassium 40, like many things, naturally decays. And when it decays, it emits beta radiation, so it's beta decay. It emits a positron, which is an anti-electron. So it releases one particle of a banana on average releases one particle of antimatter every 75 minutes, one positron. And potassium 40 decays, its half-life is like 15 billion years or something crazy like that.
I'm looking it up now. It is showing up in some sources. Potassium 40, which decays into antimatter particles called positrons.
Yeah.
Has applications in medicine and science, and bananas could help to produce it.
Yeah. But yeah, I would have thought antimatter was only theoretical, or if it had been verified experimentally, that would have been a recent thing. But
And is that separate from dark matter, or do bananas make that too?
I don't know. That's a good question. I don't understand dark matter.
Satanic banana.
Dark energy, dark matter.
Are you kidding? No, you're not, Spike. Are you serious?
And aren't the bananas they're all the bananas we eat are one, species or one strain of banana, and I think they're going to go. There's a very high risk that they'll go extinct. They're all Cavendish bananas.
Oh, where do those grow?
Everywhere, all the bananas in the world that are grown.
Why are people not eating
Cavendish.
those? Or we're overeating those?
No, I think if some pest wipes them out, then it's going to wipe out every. There's no diversification. They're all one species, and so if there's some disease that attacks them, that it'll just spread and it could attack all the bananas in the world.
Oh, all the bananas, or just that species?
Yeah. Well, the only banana grown to eat is Cavendish banana.
Oh, so that's all we eat. It's not like apples.
Yeah, it's not like apples. That's right. Okay, they're at risk of extinction due to a fungal disease called Panama disease.
That sounds more serious than most of the stuff that people are worried about right now.
I just don't know how far it's spread. Yeah.
I don't even eat bananas a lot, but the idea of no bananas sounds serious.
Fungus can be a good thing on food. So it's good for. There's a particular fungus called Petrosis that attacks grapes, that makes them extra sweet. And I think there's a Mexican corn that has a fungus on it. I don't know how to pronounce it. Corn fungus. Corn smut.
Oh, yeah, I've heard of corn smut. I remember learning about that in school. It's like this black fungus.
It's gross. Yeah, it looks disgusting.
Oh, wow, they're flying British nationals out of Lebanon. Things are getting serious.
Well,
we had a guy that works for the State Department that used to come on here periodically, and they would station him in Lebanon sometimes at the embassy there. So, and he usually had a lot of on the ground information.
Huh.
Is there a Mexican banana? Apparently, there's just the banana, the Cavendish.
Yeah.
Well, there's other bananas, but that's the only ones that we eat.
they're not commercially. Yeah, they're not grown commercially.
So, like Chiquita is Cavendish.
Yeah.
The Chiquita lady.
Yeah, Chiquita's a brand, right?
a very good brand, at least branding wise, because
Yeah.
I think most people, I don't know. Is there anyone that wouldn't associate it with banana now?
Yeah. I have a true conspiracy theory for you.
No, you don't.
And maybe that's an
What?
oxymoron.
I'll bite.
No, it's true. The
Okay. Yes, of course it is.
all the Thai restaurants in the United States, they didn't happen by accident. There was a very intentional campaign by the Thai government to spread Thai culture to America via Thai restaurants.
Well, good for
Have you
them.
heard of
I
that one,
like
Mike?
that
Have you heard
conspiracy.
that?
I'm looking it up now. But if they're doing it openly, that's not a conspiracy. But I think it's a great strategy, and I'm glad
I
they
guess
did
it's,
it. I love Thai.
maybe an open conspiracy. Yeah.
Cajuns kind of do that too.
Mm.
We just don't. We're not as open about it.
Yes, I am glad that they. I want everybody to have this strategy. If your country has food, send it to the United States.
Yeah.
Because we
Oh,
love it.
Paul, do you have what can I? Where can I? Like, what's Hindustan Times? There we go. Let me check that. And Jerusalem Post. All right, I'll do some research and get us some
BBC.
updates.
Yeah, the BBC website has some
All right.
stuff on it too.
I actually went to a Somali restaurant one time, and I was so surprised. Like, it took me back to my childhood when I was sitting in the sandbox, and my brother would come and shove my face in the sand.
Do they have those big pancakes like in Ethiopian restaurants? That big sour like pancake.
Oh, the bread that you eat with, like they serve
Yeah.
the food, that sponge
Yeah,
bread.
the
I love
giant
that stuff.
Yeah. Isn't that
Yeah.
good? It's like fermented
Oh my god, I haven't had Ethiopian. food.
Jira, right? Is that what it's called? Jira? Jeera.
Take care here. Good to see you.
Oh no, Jira is cumin.
IDF tanks attacking villages in southern Lebanon. Israel begins limited ground operations. That's the latest from German Air Force to fly out some Beirut embassy staff. So they're doing it too. Yeah, people. Everyone's getting their people out of there.
Yeah.
The United States is sending an additional few thousand troops to the Middle East to bolster security and to be prepared to defend Israel if necessary. Good. Israel on Monday said it's. Let's see. Here, I'll just put this link.
Yeah, there's something to be said to that too, because I believe it was Kamala Harris.
This is earlier this morning, though. It's not recent. Oh, go ahead.
Was in one of her statements said something about not having anybody in any war zones or anything like that.
Mhm.
And then the troops themselves in the place that they are decided to make a fixed by the duet kind of thing, and they're all looking at each other and they're like, oh well, then where the hell are we?
Oh, I saw that. Yeah, they're like watching the debate live, and the dude has his phone out, and he's like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah.
Rocket targets military base hosting U.S. in Baghdad. At least two Katyusha rockets were fired at a military base hosting U.S. forces near Baghdad International Airport. Air defenses intercepted the rockets.
Yeah, they're bombing the shit out of them. Israel's going ham on them.
And then the Houthis claimed to shoot down a U.S. MQ-9 drone.
It's possible.
Here, this Jerusalem Post feed has a lot of breaking updates. There you go. And here is that channel that Paul's watching right now that are discussing it.
Mhm.
I can't vouch for the credibility of the channel, but I'll post it. You can make your own judgment.
That channel's really good. He covers like when something's happening, he'll just cover it 24 hours in a row. but he's just really just aggregating other news sources, and
Let me
he
check
doesn't
it with Twitter. I
editorialize.
follow a lot of people in Israel. Let's see what they're saying
So
too.
how do you think this is going to end? Is it going to end in a stalemate, or is it going to be just Jerusalem just destroying everybody?
Israel
What's
doesn't sound like it's fucking around anymore.
yeah?
Yeah,
I don't
Israel
think it's
is.
going to end.
Well,
Yeah.
Israel's gonna change the situation quite a bit, I think.
Mm-hmm. Mm. You know.
I think it'll just go on, and this is just adding generational. It's going to add
I mean, it's been going on for how
generational
long?
animosity on both sides of the conflict.
Well,
I mean,
Israel
Lumba
is
it's been going on before we were
slowly.
born. It's been going on. It's been going on forever. It's never going to end. They're going to continually fight because neither side wants to give in. They don't want to compromise.
Unless
They
there's
just
a clear loser.
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, there's not really a compromise to be reached. Like a two-state
What's
solution is not going to be a solution.
yeah.
It's just going to be both are recognized as states, and then they fight each other.
And it's almost like, is this really about religion or is it about something else?
It's about the
Is it
same
about,
shit that this chat room is about. It's like you
I
and
think
the
it's about the
trolls try to
land.
live in the same small little area of land
let me ask
together.
you this. Let me ask you this. They paint the fight as religion, right? But is the
Mm,
real fight
Partly.
I don't think
arrogance,
so.
and who has to win the argument? Because if it's truly based off of religion and God wants each other to get along, wouldn't they try to somehow broker some kind of deal? But it almost seems like this entire fight is just who's got the biggest swinging, on the block. I'm stronger than you, and I'm going to beat you into submission. It's like a
Ultimately,
bully.
it's
Yeah.
tribalism. Whether it's
There you
religious,
go.
regional, whatever,
Yeah.
it's
There you
tribalism.
Yeah.
go.
I think
That's
each side paints it a little bit differently. So I think, Israel would paint it as we're defending ourselves from attack,
and
and I
it's
think
funny because
Palestine would say that their land was taken, and that justifies what they're doing.
do you think
I don't
this?
think
This
religion
is
is used a lot.
this is an analogy. People are saying that Jews and Palestinians are related. They're like distant cousins
Yeah,
from
they're.
the tribes. So isn't this like modern civil war? What do you guys think?
No,
A
they're
bit.
I'd call it regional conflict,
yeah.
since
Uh,
it's not
Coming
within a state. It's between states.
Yeah.
right, but because it's just, I think, Jeff, maybe that conclusion is because, like you said, they're identifying the same land as different countries. That maybe it may not be like the traditional sense of a civil war. But if you're both claiming that you came from the same land and you're
hmm
still both, in some way, same or form, occupying that land, but you have a different set of rules that you want to enforce upon that same land, I can see the Civil War aspect of it.
You get it,
It's just,
trackable. It's like
it's
you
just
used to be brothers, now you're enemies.
it's historically religious based because nations and ones like these, they do pick their leaders based off of their religion and to uphold the standards of that, and that's why you have things like Sharia law
I mean, you could
where
read the Hamas charter to see how religious based it is or not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One thing that's worth noting as well is it's not purely like religious it's divided because not all Israelis are Jews. That's about 80% of them. But about 20% are Arabs who were incorporated in Israel during the formation and the initial aftermath of the 1948 war. So the
Yeah.
Palestinians are basically the Arabs who were not incorporated.
Well,
And so
yeah.
Because they didn't want to be.
Well, Joe,
right,
did you
and
see?
I've
Joe, did
even
you
met
see
somebody
the? Oh,
I've
I'm sorry.
even met somebody who is Israeli, and he I was like, oh, so does that mean you're Jewish? He goes, no, I'm Hebrew. And I
Yes.
was like, well,
Yeah.
I don't know the difference. And he didn't really break it down, and he goes, no, there's a big difference.
Yeah.
So and we just kind of left it at that. We were still boys. I
Yeah.
just don't
It's not that
understand
big of a
that part of
difference
the world.
historically.
Guys,
Yeah.
and the great thing
And
is that
Zionism versus being Jewish and being Zionist is very different. I think the Arabs probably have a much bigger issue with Zionism than they do with Judaism.
Yeah.
Problem is that Zionism already happened.
Right.
And
They're fighting.
it's a movement that came and went.
And you know, people don't
They're
understand
fighting
this.
they're fighting the past like so many people.
There's different kinds of Hebrews. I mean, you have a large amount of Ethiopians that are considered Jewish or Hebrew. They follow the
The
Hebrew
black
religion.
Hebrews.
Then you
Yeah.
have black men that are Hebrew.
Come on.
You know,
The real Jews.
a famous black guy was Sammy Davis Jr. Remember Sammy Davis from the Rat Pack? He was a
Yeah,
black
man.
man, and he converted to Judaism. He was
But that doesn't
Jewish.
make him Hebrew.
Well, he followed everything. He followed temple. He followed
But
everything. Like
that's the religion of Judaism,
so he would become. So
but
he
not
would
the
you consider
ethnicity
him
of Hebrew.
Jewish? But would you consider him Jewish?
Yes, but not Hebrew
Okay,
or not Hebraic.
gotcha. You know, yeah. I mean, it's. I guess there are people that follow the Jewish religion that are all different cultures and from different parts of the world, and so it's not just people that are born there. It's different people from all over the world. You know,
Well,
but
Jewishness is partly a nation
yeah,
in it, it, how do I want to say this? A delocalized nation with the
sure.
diaspora. So it's it's a national identity, and then Israel is the homeland of that nation. But the
It's very
Jewish nation
confusing.
is spread wherever Jewish people live.
It is a confusing
They're a
topic.
nation as a people, and then Israel is the physical location that they claim as their homeland.
I think
And
no matter.
Israel can be shared by non-Jewish people. There's Christians, there's
Yes.
Arabs, there's secular
Yeah.
citizens of Israel.
Yeah. We were always welcome into temple. You know, they would try to ideology, kind of teach you a little bit about, hey, you want to switch sides because they're always looking to, kind of like make you convert. But I always respected their religion, and the one thing about the Jewish people is they're very strict, and they have a long, long, long history. So you have to give respect where respect is earned. What they do in wartime, war is hell, right? I mean, I
Well,
can't
Yahweh
say.
was a war god.
And Saladin, the famous Muslim leader who conquered Jerusalem way back in the day, but he respected the Jews and the Jews respected him as a warrior. So, people discount Muslims, but Muslims are very fierce fighters. They're tough, man. They're tough as nails. They really are. They're tough people because they've had to live in adversity their entire existence. Very much like the Jews, same thing. They had to fight and scratch for everything they've ever gotten. So this is like a warrior tribe. These people are not people to be messed with. What
Yeah,
do you
they
guys
all
think?
are. The
Yeah,
that whole
they're
part of the
tough.
world.
They're really, really tough people.
I think Americans are tough and warlike too. That's how we got our
Yeah.
country.
hmm I think we
The
were.
Muslims weren't always having adversity. I mean, they invaded Europe.
hmm
Yeah.
Yeah,
So yeah,
very, very
there's
tough.
Muslims around like the Palestinians, in
hmm
Gaza that are having a rough time. But I wouldn't generalize and say all Muslims suffer adversity.
Well, we're talking about like back in the day, like the
Right.
when they would.
Like the
Yeah,
Moors, right? I don't think when the Moors invaded Europe, I don't think they were suffering from adversity.
They were
um,
during the Crusades.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. The wars are something very. I can't explain it. It's they were a great kingdom. They really were. Um, some say that they were the first explorers. So there's, like I said, I'm not a historian when it comes to that kind of thing. I'm more military history, but the more civilization they were conquerors. They were travelers. I mean they were a really, really big part of that time in history. And it's great for everybody to learn about all the different countries. And it's funny because I said this on the panel. It's almost like we're taking turns being superpowers. And I hate to say this, being an American and loving America so much. It's almost like it's not America's turn now to be a superpower. You got China, you got Russia, you got all these different
Yeah, but they're
superpowers.
not. I don't. China's the only one even close to overtaking us. So,
In
like, we've been the superpower my whole life, probably my whole parents' life,
Yeah,
and I think we're going to continue to be for a little,
I
unless
hope so.
this next generation fucks it up.
Yeah, I hope so. But it just seems like the younger generation that we're raising, they're more of just internet and just, fighting it out over words, not
You're
fists.
right. That's a good point because I think there's an internet nation being
Yeah.
formed that's kind of like transnational.
National. Yeah.
Yeah, the panel nation. We're going to be big enough to be our own small state.
It's going to be a panel army. I'm going to send a threatening text message to you.
We're
It's
going to
going to
have
be that's
more in
what's going
common with each other than any country that any of us live
to
in.
Yeah. But when it comes on to brass tacks, the last good generation, I think, was Vietnam. That was the best, really tough guys, that really would just scrap it out. But it just seems like the newer generations are not as tough as they used to be. Our fathers and our grandfathers, they were tough as
We had the
nails.
punks. So I cover
Mm.
Oh,
punks.
yeah. I think the soldiers who fought in Afghanistan were pretty tough too. I wouldn't
Depends.
diminish them compared to Vietnam.
Hmm. Like I said,
I think it's
like I
tough
said,
anytime they're going into combat and having to
sure.
kill people or be killed. I think that's
Yes,
tough.
I got you. Yeah, it's just but the army's on record, lowering their acceptances, weight requirements, changing PT, so it's just different. It's really different.
I
Make
have
America
something to say
healthy
on
again.
that.
Oh, go
I
ahead.
have something to say on that as far as the acceptances.
Yes.
Again, I think that's what is something that the media is pointing out,
Hmm.
because when they did the big push of, hey, we're leaving this area, we're going to declare an end to the war. Again, not everybody's leaving. They have apparently they tried to set up permanent bases, and we're hearing about them getting attacked right now.
Yeah.
But you will always have people that want to join. You will always have people that, whatever they've done in their life, still at a recruitable age,
Mhm.
to where they are completely capable. And you know what? Maybe you just find somebody at the right point in their life, whether they're young or maybe skirting the line, who 100% want to do it or can be swayed to do it very easily. But there are plenty of jobs in the military where you could find somebody that absolutely knows how to do this job, that
Sure.
wants to do this job, and maybe they don't have the personality to be a chef at a restaurant, so they wind up working fast food and underselling themselves. But you could always be a cook in the army, and I tell you what, I'm not saying there shouldn't be a standard and they shouldn't exercise and do all that soldier shit. But if you can sway them by being like, hey, we're going to give you extra attention on the workout side. We're going to waive your weight right now, but we're going to get you in the realm of it. So that way by like a year, maybe 2 years in, you'll be a completely changed person if you follow the program, because they do need people to do these jobs. Whereas you have completely capable, warrior minded people that find themselves a couple years deep talking about, why did I choose this path? I'd rather be crawling through the mud right now.
Mhm.
I would.
And
Jack,
I
it's
don't think, I don't think anybody wants to be shot at. But some people would change their mind if they saw what the actual work conditions were
yeah,
for either some civilian jobs or even some military jobs, where it's like, okay, I'm 100% safe, but all I got to do is wake up at 4:30 in the morning and feed everybody.
yeah.
That's what I did, and then work until 9 o'clock at night and not get to have any fun in the evening because I got to be fresh up at 4 o'clock in the morning again tomorrow. And that shit doesn't relent for years sometimes, depending on
Mhm.
your situation.
Sure.
So I'm not saying anybody would beg to be in the fight, because the fight is not what you're after. It's you want to you sign up and do what you said you were going to do. But a lot of people would be like, fuck that. I'd rather just wait for somebody to start a fight with me than have to put up with these motherfuckers all day.
Yeah, you're right, and
It's,
I
it's,
think the U.S. Army is the best for opportunity because the Army will take people that haven't graduated high school, that maybe are facing criminal charges, but they give you, like you said, Untrackable, they'll give you a year or two to get yourself in line while you're in the Army to turn your life around. So the Army kind of does give you, like, some of the younger guys and girls a second chance to turn your shit around. And a lot of them do. A lot of these younger kids, the guys and the girls, they're like, oh crap, what am I going to do in life? I'm going to work at McDonald's. And fast forward 4 to 8 years, and they're a sergeant in the Army, and they have all the respect from their family. And so I think the military can turn people's lives around, and the U.S. Army is one of those branches that will help you turn your life around. Now, I'm not saying that applies to you, brother. I'm just saying that I've seen cases where people were destitute, they were to go to jail, or they're going nowhere in life, and they join the Army, and they're like, oh my God, the Army turned my life around. So God bless them, man. You there? Everybody left.
oh no, I was talking with the mute on.
Oh, you're good.
But no, I'll always say, I joined because I couldn't find a job, but I
Yeah.
met so many people that were just doing it for the money.
Yeah.
And people that really skirt, even at that time when things were kind of strict and things were popping off, they were skirting the line, but nobody really cared because they showed up and they did their jobs. And some of them actually had real potential in that culinary field. However, I saw a lot of and I take it loosely, but like gang life. I'm not talking like Bloods and Crips type gang life. I was talking like Army gang life. Like, hey, we stand next to each other no matter what. So there's that easy way to look at it of, oh, we're in a foxhole and I trust this dude. But there's other things on the streets where, homeboy might get a little crazy tonight, but we're not going to ditch him. We're not going to, no matter what happens. It doesn't matter if we have to fight, we fight. It doesn't matter if we have to like grab him by his neck and stop him from doing something stupid. It doesn't matter if we have to like sneak somebody else out the back door. We are going to make sure nobody gets in trouble tonight. Because if one gets in trouble, we all get in trouble. So that and you know what? There was oftentimes plenty of sketchy shit going down that could have got, I'm talking jail time for some of this shit. But we avoided incidents as a team. And you know what? When one person got caught up, it's because they didn't communicate with the team. They didn't spend time with each other. They were like a loner out there, or they thought they could get away with something. If they'd have had the team with them, either they would have not gotten in trouble, or all of us would have gotten in trouble.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. What was it, Untrackable? Like, if one guy got in trouble, like you lose your weekend pass? Is that what it was? Like you guys couldn't like get out and have fun time. So
no, I'm talking felony type trouble.
Oh, okay, all right, something wholly different.
Damn.
Yeah,
Were these the
violence and all that?
Yeah, guys.
Were these the convicts they recruited?
No, in fact, I want to say if you have a felony, it's damn near impossible for you to get in.
Okay.
However, I mean, like Mike said, if you're having a hard time because you've done this, that, or the other, but let's say nonviolent crimes.
Do they recruit from juvie? Is it the juvie kids that they recruit?
I'm not sure, but I can tell you straight up, with just the group in the community that I'm in, we've had a couple of those type of people come up, and we try not to get too much into the business, but I'm friends with the father, and he'll give me as much as he gives me, and I'm like, hey, I could talk to him for 5 minutes, and he's either going to say yes to this opportunity or no. I'm not a recruiter, but when I see somebody that's already drawing a tough line for themselves, and their goal is to, make it for themselves. And I see them working at a fast food restaurant. I'm like, bro, you could pick any job. I guarantee if you passed high school and you have the enough energy to commit crimes, like
Yeah.
you could do any job in the military and you'll probably succeed. In
Transfer
fact,
that skill set.
yeah, in fact, the rebels and the bad boys, they succeed. You have to, like I said about self-control, you do have to learn how to control it. But when your moment comes, you're gonna shine like the brightest light.
Does the
Yeah, they
military
tell.
help with that? That is an issue that I think people have, is controlling that violent impulse. How can people learn that if they don't get it from some kind of mentor figure?
Not even just controlling the violent impulse, but controlling impulse.
Yeah.
Um,
And
controlling.
let me ask you this, because this comes up a lot. Does controlling impulse equate to not acting on the impulse, or is it something other
Mm.
than just not acting on the impulse? Because it seems
I
to
think
be
there's
if you
layers.
let the impulse show in any kind of way, it's not controlled, even if you don't act on it.
I think. I think the way the military does it is like there's a series. It's not just red light, green light. You know what I mean? It's more like drag racing where, there's a series of lights that let you know, hey, once you see that yellow, because I think it goes from like white lights to make sure that your tires are aligned by the sensors, and then it goes to red light to make sure that the referee is making sure everything's set, and then there's yellow that says, hey, start revving them up
Hmm.
and get ready to release that brake because you better be full. And then green goes, and then it's just the release of the brake, and you shoot down the track. The military kind of does that, and it kind of massages out the impulse. I'm not saying it's not going to be there, and it depends on the delivery and who you've been working with, because it is teamwork. The person calling the command has to be consistent. They can't be too quick, they can't be too slow, otherwise you're going to have people jumping the gun, getting lost in the sauce.
Hmm.
I think they massage it out.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Are there things that civilians can do that are not getting that kind of regimented, rigorous massage to kind of like, I don't know, manage their impulses?
Um,
Something I like to
I think
do
so.
at stoplights, if I have the opportunity, is to pull up to the line to where I can see the crossing traffic. So that way, because if you just look at the green light and you're staring at the green light, and you're like, when's it going to go? Or staring at the red light because it's going to go straight from red to green. You're like, when am I going to go? When am I going to go? When am I going to go? And then when you see it go to green, people mash their foot down, they take off. But if you look at across, you can see, okay, their light just turned to yellow. Give it like a 2-second count, maybe a 3. And then you can look up and you can play, okay, by the time I look up, I can count 1,000, 1,000, and just be ready. It's not like, I
well,
have to go. I don't know.
yeah.
That's something.
Well, Track, let me ask you this: as an army man, what is the main thing or the best thing the army taught you in life? If you don't mind answering that, like, what did the army teach you in life to carry you forward?
I guess it'd be two main things is be you always, like do what
Hmm.
you're good at, be the
Be all
be
that
a
you can be.
be exactly what you are,
Hmm.
and have a team,
That's it.
be a team player.
That's it. Be yourself and strengthen numbers. Right. The
Well,
squad, and
okay, how? Because the
yeah.
army kind of provides you with a team, but one of the things like outliers and stuff struggle with is how do you have a team when you're being yourself so much, like you're so much of an individual? How do you harmonize with the team, or how do you find a team that can accommodate that intensity of individuality?
Mhm.
That's the point of living in accord with nature, is you need to evolve your sense of a team, right? You could say, to being like knowing your place in nature rather than necessarily being part of a specific team.
The way
like knowing you're a Sigma and what that means.
the way that a team is effective, gentlemen, and I'm sure Untrackable will understand this. The way a team is built and effective is there's different personalities within that team, and those personalities complement each other. You got the wild man, you got the relaxed guy, you got the leader, you got the wild card. Like we're talking about teams like in military and law
That's
enforcement,
just
like
one
like
person.
no, you have
No, I'm
multiple,
just
like
kidding.
5 to 6 people,
Yeah.
but you have different kinds of personalities that work off each other. You can't have 5 alphas. You can't have 5 betas. You have to have like different kinds of personalities, different kinds of theologies. Like it works. People think it doesn't work having like me and Jeff. We're
What do you
opposite.
think the role of an individual, like a really strong individual that's not any of those things, is for a
Well,
team?
I think that we all learn from each other, and everybody brings something to the situation. But it is true, opposites do attract. That is true. Opposites do attract. And I think that when you're building a team, whether it's work or law enforcement or military, I believe there's different personalities within that team, but you're all brothers and sisters. You're all, working for a common goal, but you do have different personality traits and you learn from each other.
I find that at a workplace, like a small workplace with 10 or
Yeah.
so coworkers, sometimes I feel like we're all working as a team on the same
Yeah.
mission. We're trying to help the same people, etc. But then even within that team, there's all these breakdowns that can happen, even if you're
Yeah.
like unified around a goal.
One of the greatest compliments you can ever get is if someone pulls you aside and says, "Hey, Jeff," like pulls you aside, like off the Jeff, I'm going through this. What would you do? Like when someone actually asks for your advice, it's very flattering. It means you've earned their trust. And I think a team, they look out for each other. They're opposites, but they all have the same goal in mind to succeed.
That's what I always
To
think. Like, and so
Yeah.
I make assumptions based on that, but they never seem to track to how the team actually functions when under stress.
And it could be your apprehension, or it could be you not understanding their paradigm. But like I said,
Yeah. Oh,
you
it
know, we
could.
all we all go through these crazy things called life, man. We all go through it.
Yeah. Punch a different floor. Don't let the elevator get you down.
As Italians would say,
Oh
Jeff, what are you
no.
gonna do? What are you gonna do?
Let's go.
What are you gonna do? It's funny because Wombat has been lying this whole time. Wombat's actually Italian. He hasn't told you guys
He is
he's
not.
Italian.
There is no
He's
Italian
not
that white.
Italian. He's got a fake accent. He's actually
Do you
from
have any
Sicily.
Italian in you at all?
I had one in me the other week.
Stop! I forgot I was talking to a gay. You taking me back. That's how
Dude,
gays used to talk at the gay bar. You could say
Wombat,
anything without them turning it into some kind of little.
Yeah.
dude, you're dirty. Wombat, you're a dirty man. You're dirty. Don't ever change. Don't go changing. Stay the same. But no, it's
To try and please me.
yeah. Oh my goodness. Oh, you see who died? One of my favorite basketball players, Mutombo. Remember Mutombo?
Is he the big tall?
Yeah, he'd shake his finger back and forth.
I didn't know him that
Well,
well. Let's see.
he's only 58. He passed away. He had brain cancer.
Oh wow,
Hmm.
yeah, he sure did. And Chris
He was
Christopherson. That means there's going to be a third.
yeah, it has to be. It
The
has to
third
be.
is all the
Does the leader of
Palestinians that died.
Hezbollah count? Can we throw him in?
Yeah. Well, as long as Untrackable's beard is saved, we're good. We're good.
Yes.
Now, yeah, but it is crazy that people do die in threes. I mean, it's historically true. People die in threes. It's the weirdest thing. Yeah.
You really want to
Um,
add up how many people died today?
I think it was Mutombo.
Well, only the
Christopherson was
famous one.
one
Only
of
the ones we
those.
would care about.
Oh yeah.
The famous people. The people like
Jeff,
the
it's
whole
terrible.
the whole
I was about
trinity
to
is
say,
the famous
I'm
people.
sure a whole lot of people
I
died
don't give
today.
a shit about. Yeah, I don't give a shit about which
All right,
celebrities.
we're gonna
die.
check
Probably
in
like
with
10
Theo.
Chinese people died
He was
today
here
because they got
earlier.
run over and then they went back and forth with the car over them before they drove off.
Yeah.
Hey
Yeah.
Theo. Oh, hang on. It might be a fake troll. He was
Oh,
on
Lord.
earlier, but it might be an imitator.
Lordy.
Sound like he was on some gas or something.
Well, he was at the hospital earlier, waiting to see the doctor, and he was streaming from the little appointment room while he
That was
waited.
that
I thought that was cool.
was a
Not a
wild
HIPAA
image.
violation.
Oh,
if
we
you're
got
live
it.
streaming
We got our third right now. It just came across my feed. Richard S. Hamilton. He was a
Richard
mathematician.
Hamilton?
Yeah,
Richard
he
S.
left up out of here.
Hamilton.
You talking about the
My
race
name
car
is Richard
driver?
S. Hamilton.
No, the mathematician.
Okay. It was
Richard S. Hamilton.
Hamilton that was a race car driver.
Actually, it was
Yeah.
yesterday that he died.
Wait,
I actually
do
don't
we
know who he is, but I thought
we
maybe
care
it would
about?
save somebody else's life that would have been there.
Surely he figured something out.
No.
Yeah, I'm just
come
trying to
on,
work out
come
what he
on,
was famous
Joe.
for.
Joe for the asshole comment.
Here, I'll put his Wikipedia.
He won the Shaw Prize.
Hmm.
He
We were
made
talking
math
about
class.
that yesterday. We were talking about yesterday about mathematicians. Remember we were talking about like the Good Will Hunting movie and like
Yeah. And what's the
yeah.
other one? A Beautiful Mind.
Beautiful
That
Mind.
was John Nash.
A Beautiful Mind is a true
Oh
story,
my
right?
God, Maggie's gone.
You didn't know
Maggie
that?
Smith. Maggie
She's like
Smith
Betty
Hang in
White
your
though. I'm
card,
surprised.
yeah.
Like I'm surprised
Hang
she
in your
was still
card.
here as long as she was.
You know, she died 2 days ago. She died 2 days ago.
Well, there we
Wasn't
got
she?
4. That means 2 more are coming.
Oh wow,
Wasn't
a
she a
late COVID
dame?
victim.
You think she was a dame, right? Wasn't she a
Yeah.
dame? Dame
Dame
Maggie?
She was a
Maggie
dame.
Smith. Yeah.
Right, yeah. Yeah, it's fucking
Oh,
wild.
Untrackable knows you. Okay,
Yeah.
that's cool.
Who is?
Theo Gate.
Yeah, I
He
know.
said, who is it?
Yeah, I thought that was you. You just weren't saying anything, and sometimes that's what the trolls do. So
Yeah.
I'm
Used
very
to,
trigger happy.
I mean, I'm not
Maggie
sure
Smith.
about
Nash in college.
Avatar, but I know Theo.
Yeah, you can come back if you want, Theo.
Maggie Smith, she was a good actress. She was in a lot of good movies. Really, really good
Yeah,
movies. Yeah.
she was. Wow. Okay, that's shook me a little bit.
Hmm. That's a big thing. It's like a big thing with the British monarchy. You know, like they do the Dame, they do the Sirs, they do the Dukes. You know, they
There
do
you
all
go.
that stuff.
Salute, I'm on the shitter. That's
No,
why I
no,
ain't
no,
no
no,
fucking
no, no,
thing.
you not. I said that earlier. Oh my God. He was.
No, I do.
Did you?
I do
How
want.
well do you know this? Theo got trackable.
He
I
said,
do
"I'm
want
on
to
the
say.
shitter."
Am I gonna lose my? Should I like end this streak? Is that gonna strike me?
No, it's
No,
just.
no, you can say
No.
It
you're on
didn't
the
show
shitter.
anything.
No. You're fine. Just put up a barrier. That's all. That's all.
All
I
right,
want to
Theo,
say
you're not
about.
coming on no more. I can't count on you.
Oh,
Cause he streamed from the doctor's office, and I'm like, I said, oh, I'm waiting for the day when I hope they don't do it from the bathroom, and then the same person comes in and does it from the bathroom.
Oh my God, man!
Mr. V.
He was like, remember, he was like, "I'm faded, son. I'm faded." He was like falling over. I was like, "Yo!" But nah,
Like you couldn't wait to. That's how badly he couldn't wait to get to the stream that he couldn't.
he was cool. That's Joe's friend. That's Joe's friend. Joe, come on, vouch for him, bro.
No, trackable friend.
I
I'll
know.
vouch
I'm
against
messing. I'm just messing with Joe.
Oh.
I've seen him other places. I'll say that. I
Well,
think.
Yeah.
if you hadn't openly said anything, we would not even know. This wasn't the camera.
He said, "I'm on the shitter."
Welcome to the Pedalverse. Any new viewers
Yeah.
out there? It
What
comes
was
along
it?
with the territory.
Honestly, by that view, if he had not said anything, aside from any background noise, we would have never known.
Yeah.
Never known.
That is funny. So, what's the big thing that's maybe concerning anybody on panel? What's the big thing concerning you right now in our normal lives?
I haven't watched that Summit show yet. I forgot about it. I have to go watch it today. Like that's my biggest concern. Is it going to be a good TV show or not?
Yeah.
Very first world, I guess.
I think the constant bombing, Israel bombing the living piss out of Lebanon and Syria. And
I'm less concerned about that because Israel
not affecting our normal
they seem
lives.
to
It's all
have
the
this
way on
handled.
the-
Like the more I read, the less concerned I get about the situation.
yeah, like that. what they're doing doesn't really affect us. Like it's this completely distant thing. What's weird is how much people care about it.
Well, Joe, if we send support troops there and they get K-worded, then it's going to be a big problem. So, I guess they're saying, oh, we're going to send some advisors are basically people teaching them how to fire these weapons, how to work these drones, But if they
how does it affect your life to what you're gonna do about it, or how it's gonna the aftermath? How is the aftermath gonna affect you?
Yeah, Mr. B's crisis is way more relatable.
fried chicken, yeah. Remember fried chicken?
That's fucked up. That they're sending you Popeyes coupons and there's no Popeyes. That would
All
What
right,
happened?
have
They
me in a
sent me bunch of
crisis
burgers.
too.
to
I would
answer
be.
Mr.
That would bring
B,
out my Karen. I would be talking to
yeah,
somebody.
so Mr. B and Combat hate the fact I love chicken.
Oh, is that a troll thing?
You hate the fact that I love chicken because I love chicken. I love
No,
chicken.
I
own
love
that.
chicken
Like,
too.
oh my god, who hates loving chicken?
Yeah, who doesn't
Fried
love
chicken.
chicken?
Fried chicken. But the thing is that the last time I went
Best.
to Popeyes, I had a 3-piece and 2 sides. It was $19. They can keep that. They can stick it up their Kahoot, and the chicken was tiny and dry. It wasn't even good.
Was
I
this
can go
like a
to
normal Popeyes or like at a food court or
It's
something?
probably not the
normal
first time you've
Popeyes.
heard that.
Normal Popeyes. I can go to Costco and get chicken and some potatoes and whatever for under $20 and have food for 3 days. Let me tell you something. Anybody who's still going out to McDonald's, Burger King, Wendy's, Popeyes, KFC, you're a moron. You're getting ripped off.
That
That's
might be
all
the
I'm trying
new
to say.
class marker.
You're getting ripped off. Anybody listening, learn how to cook. Learn how to cook and cook at the house because you're
I
going to
wonder
save.
with the
Sorry.
increase in fast food prices, I wonder how much is driven by like the minimum salaries. Like how Seattle has like $20 minimum
Oh
salary
yes.
now, and
Well,
I'm wondering
it's
if
Oh, they
that's
went up to
driving
20.
I don't know
Yes,
what
so
it is,
check
something
it
Oh,
like
it
out.
that.
was 15
And I'm
for a
wondering
while.
if that's driving the fast food.
Well, Wombat makes a
inflation.
great point. So they're driving the minimum wage up double, right? They're $18, $19, right? But when you go in to these places, there's only 4 or 5 workers, and you have to wait 45 minutes for your food. So what's the point? I'd rather have a bunch of $10 an hour people, and I get my food in 10 minutes, not 45. I shit you not. People are getting into fist fights over fast food. They're getting into fist fights. These
They've been doing
these
that though.
these videos are out there. They're out there. Well, you
I
guys
love
making fun
watching
of me?
those,
You
especially
guys
the
making
black
fun of me?
girls go at it like the Burger King. Sometimes they jump over the counter. They fight with the person taking their order.
Yeah.
One of them jumped through the drive-through.
Yeah, you're good. Yeah, I'm gonna jump, guys. I'm gonna jump down. I got some stuff to do, but
All
yeah.
right.
If you can't control the chat, it's all good.
All right. Well, take care, Mike. I think that's a good
I'm not
solution.
going anywhere. I'm playing. I'm actually trolling right now.
Oh,
No,
I
it's
thought
all
you were leaving.
I need to get my mod team together. That's the key.
I'm
We
trolling.
have here. I'll show it to you. No, you're gonna love it. It's gonna be the best. Watch.
Jeff,
Hang on.
excuse me, Jeff. Sorry, Combat. Excuse me.
We
Jeff,
are
yes.
putting together an army of demon trolls. We are going. This troll problem is going to get solved. These are our mods. I just got to train
Here it
them.
is.
But
I
that's
don't know why
what's
I'm
coming.
so dark. Why am I in the dark right now? What the hell just happened? It's like in a solstice. Let me go put a light on. I'll be right back, guys. Give me 1 second.
Theo, are
Yeah,
you
yeah,
in your
drives you guys.
bedroom? Are you like sitting down in a recliner? Or... Okay, all right. Here's our friend Theo again. What's up?
Big boy. What do you mean I'm sitting down in a bedroom? How y'all doing, by the way? I'm just out here chilling. Ain't got no streams going. I usually join TPP. I don't know if y'all know what that is. I ain't trying to promote no
The
channel.
People's Podcast.
Yeah, I'm usually in there chilling and shit.
Mike.
I'm back.
What are you
Now
watching?
y'all got Ronald McDonald at the fullest.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Sure.
Yo, look at that shit.
Do you have the shoes?
I
Gotta
got
have
big
the
feet,
shoes.
but I ain't got the shoes.
Oh.
That hair is fire, son. That hair is fire, yo.
Thanks, bro.
What's up? So what's up? What do you got?
I think
Yo,
this is his mirror.
Yeah, so you went to the doctor. Are you okay? Is everything good? Is everything copacetic?
Oh yeah, I did show myself at the doctor. Yeah, everything's good. It was just a checkup. You know, I'm a crazy
Okay,
Yeah,
motherfucker, so I gotta go to therapy and shit.
that's
So it's
it,
just
man.
therapy.
good.
When you say crazy, was it like were you not feeling good? I mean, I'm not trying to get into your personal. You could just say I don't want to talk about that.
It
But
means
you,
like
yeah,
I gotta get shit to calm me down and shit. Like some what you call it, anti anxiety shit
Oh,
like that.
is it just from natural stuff or like chemical
Yeah, I got
use?
zero charges. I've never hurt nobody or nothing. It's
Oh,
just
I
like
didn't
yeah,
bring that up. But see, you already
yeah.
telling
No,
on
no, no,
yourself.
no. Nobody's saying that. But let me ask you this, because you seem like a younger guy. Are you like in your
I'm
20s?
28. I'm 28.
So you're not even 30 years old. So you just it's maybe a lot of past anxiety that's kind of tips you off a little bit, and you kind of get a little upset, right?
In a way,
You've
yeah.
always had this. It's like naturally occurring.
No, I have not always actually had this.
Uh,
It's been since I was about 23. Sorry, I'm letting out my dogs. It's a noise.
Yeah.
But yeah, 23, 24. Started getting real bad.
Wombat, you're a therapist?
No, no,
Oh,
not a
I was
therapist.
gonna say I had no idea.
No.
But now
Yeah.
I'm still pretty like I still yeah. I didn't even. I was just sitting in there. Yeah.
Okay. Well, yeah, you can hang
So,
out. I might kind of wrap up soon and
yeah.
take a break, but you're welcome to hang out. We're just chatting. I
Yeah.
think
How long?
Yeah.
Mike was on his way out, and it seems like it's a siesta time for
I used to join fucking Mellows and them, but they got bitch made.
male Pandora.
No, these UK motherfuckers named Mellows and
Oh, because she's UK.
Mm.
I don't know if she's a motherfucker, but she's UK.
Mellows is a dude.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's different male.
He's a soft ass dude, but he's a dude. And he comes on
Yeah.
here and he talks shit. You're
Yeah.
hope y'all can hear my fan. Let me turn this shit. But yeah, we out here. TPP. I'm not trying to promote, but sorry.
Well,
Hey, I respect you, Gen X Jeff, for having a stream on here. I
here,
can't
let me
see
drop.
it.
Let me drop his channel. It's
Mm.
People's Podcast.
It's
That's
with
Eli.
Eli.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know him, Mike?
Yeah. My peeps. Yeah. He's a cop watcher in New
Oh,
York.
okay. Well, here you go.
He just got jumped by Easy and them.
Yeah. He got something happen to him. He had to go to the
Speakeasy?
hospital.
Yeah.
No. No. Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
what happened there?
I mean,
We
it's
know
pretty
Easy
bad.
Easy.
stabbed his ass like 3 or 4
Yeah.
times.
I think it was more than that, bro. I think it was like 15 times he
In
got
real
No,
stabbed.
it was
life?
3 or 4. It was
Okay.
5 times to be correct.
Yeah.
Wow.
I,
That's why. That's why.
what?
That's why in Virginia we carry guns. We carry
See,
firearms.
that's why I take all that violence stuff. People think I'm
So,
being hysterical and overreacting, but
yeah.
I'm being cautious for a reason. I have certain
Yeah.
lines that I don't fool with.
Yeah, I don't know any of y'all, but Untrackable. I've known Untrackable for like 5 months. I've seen him in and out of TPP. I've seen him in Mellows. I've seen him in BBA. I see you everywhere.
What's BBA?
Bear Britain audits.
Oh, okay.
Wombat, I know you're causing problems behind the scenes. Stop it.
Jeremy, you're familiar with? Hey, Mike, what?
What am I doing? I'm not
No,
doing
no, no, no,
anything.
no, no.
You
You were on
No,
your
no,
way
no.
out anyway.
I'm just messing with him. I'm just messing with
Don't mess though. It's a very volatile situation.
him.
Don't.
Volatile.
It's like the Middle East. Don't mess.
yeah.
Yo, Wombat.
Oh, I hope I don't get a copyright for that.
I
I didn't
love
do the
it.
whole thing.
I'm probably safe.
I love it.
Is that supposed to
Well,
be my song?
yeah, I hope Eli gets better. That was messed up. I saw the whole thing. That was jacked up. That was messed up. Eli was basically beating the guy down, gave him a beating, and the guy
Physically?
pulled out. Yeah, beating
On
the piss
Yeah,
out of him.
stream?
physically, I got the
Yeah.
video, but
Who are
you can
these
find
people?
it on.
These are not the people I want on my channel.
No, I'm telling you, it was recorded. The guy confronted the guy, and the guy got in the
While
guy's
he was
face,
live.
and got in Eli's face. Eli beat him down, and then the guy got beat up, and then the guy took a knife out and started, using it on Eli.
And this
You
was
That's
all
can't
like
you
on a
can't see it
YouTube
though.
live stream.
It's
yeah,
really
all on
hard to
live.
see.
It's all on live. But he
Look
was
up
he was hitting him. He was
look
hitting
up
him in the
Eli
side with the
versus
knife.
look up
This was
Eli versus
easy
Easy. Look
How
up
long ago
Eli
was
Yeah,
that?
versus Easy.
yeah. So
in
Easy's
Canada,
easy. No, this is in New York.
because Easy's in Canada.
Well, this was in New York. So Easy is facing possible attempted murder charges.
No, Speak Easy, our Easy.
No, Easy cameras on.
Oh,
Easy,
different
easy
Easy. All right.
criminals.
Oh, you're
I
thinking
was
of the
gonna
white
say
guy,
that sounds like
Easy.
some Easy
Speak
would
Easy,
do.
the white guy with the tattoos on his face.
Yeah, is
Nah,
that him?
He always wears a red coat. No, we ain't talking about
Right.
that dude.
Different.
Is
I'm
Okay.
gonna
Easy
fight
All right.
nobody.
is Easy the guy
Oh,
who pulled up on like Alexander McQueen? Is he the guy who pulled up?
Yeah, the same guy that
Who's
pulled up on Alexander
Same guy?
McQueen.
Okay. Yeah.
Alex is my boy, man.
he
And
hangs
they
out here. He
fucking
seems cool.
edited the fuck out, or whatever you call it. They won't let Alex on no fucking things anymore, live panels. And
Wow. Oh,
yeah.
wow. He's never tried to come up here, but he seems pretty cool in the chat. He's at least
Yeah,
respectful.
he
he hit
was my
Eli five
homie.
six times. He hit Eli 5 6 times. So that's serious, man. That's a serious attack. You
And
know.
he's shown
So,
up to people's houses, like other panel members' houses.
He's
yeah.
fucking
So
This Easy
insane.
guy?
Well, yeah, Eli was beating the dog shit out of
That
him, and then
sounds
he
like
pulls out a
yeah.
borderline
knife.
criminal.
He was
I
yo.
found a
He was beating the piss out of this guy. Just pummeling the guy. It
That
was
I
can't be
found a video
legal.
about it on YouTube that like has the
yeah,
footage,
I got a
and the
video.
comments
Can
are
you drop
saying
it in
all
the
the same
back?
thing.
yeah.
Can I do what?
Can you drop it in the back?
Oh yeah, I could do that.
hmm
Yeah, well, I'm those. That's why I have the lines that I have. A
Comments
lot
are
of people
saying
don't
like
like it, and I think that's very telling.
All he had to do
People
was
have a
just
saying
say,
very
Eli
different
had him
relationship
in
to
a chokehold,
violence
but
than
he
I
let him
do.
go
yeah.
out, and he said they're saying
All
he
he had to
only
do
let him out of the
was
chokehold.
yeah. All he had to do was say, "Look, I lost the fight. It is what it is. I walk away. You walk away, and that's it." But when he was down, he was getting up. He started hitting him in the sides. So and it's all on camera. It's all recorded. So the guy's going to face serious charges. Not Eli, the other guy. He's going to face serious charges because if you poke somebody more than 2 or 3 times, it's attempted M word. You're trying to M word that person.
It did not just one. They,
It was like
like you
five or
get a
six
few
times.
swipes in before it becomes attempted.
It was like 5 or 6 times. If someone's attacking you, right, and you have a weapon, and someone's attacking you, you feel in danger for your life, and you were to use some kind of deadly force to get them away from you, that's one thing. But if you're on top of somebody and you're continually hitting
Yeah,
them,
that's not defense.
Remember that
that's
vape store owner
yeah,
that got jumped by those two dudes, and one went over the
yeah,
counter, and so he pulled out the knife and stabbed him, and then
yeah,
the dude was like, "Oh no, he's stabbing me! I'm dead! I'm
yeah,
so dead!"
yeah. It is what it is, man. But like I said, it takes a coward to lose a fight and pull a knife. If you lose a fight, shake the guy's hand and say, "Look, I
Oh,
lost."
as if these people.
Like I fought Wombat multiple times, and he beat me. And I told him, "Look, man, let's just be friends afterwards." We were friends.
That's very mature and gentlemanly.
Hmm.
No, but yeah, he did. He did Eli dirty. He was hitting him with the knife multiple
Well, is
times.
Eli okay? Like, is this in the past and he's recovered?
He was in the hospital. I mean, he was in the hospital for a while.
Really?
Damn.
This was like a couple weeks ago or something.
Less
Man,
than
I'm
that.
gonna have to get my own security team.
Less than that.
I need to see if I can find any black
Well,
Well,
guys.
the
up
video
here
that I linked
somewhere.
has an upload date of September
2
14th.
weeks. Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Bit over
it is
2
what it
weeks.
is. Unfortunately, in New York, unless you're in law enforcement or you have a special permit, you can't carry a firearm. In Virginia, we all carry firearms. So if someone was to pull a knife on me, sorry for your luck, sir. It is what it is.
It is what it is, Eric.
It is
I'm
what
gonna
it is.
destroy them with the
Oh,
flames of
second pull
hell.
that knife. It's
Hey,
game.
OTW.
Yeah.
That's what
The
I tell people
dragon's
though
breath. The dragon's breath.
about
The
America.
thing with
Yeah,
the
I
fire
don't.
comes out. Yeah. You getting
We can
off, Jeff?
show.
Are you?
Can we show bow and arrows on here?
No. Do not show any weapons. Here,
Oh,
Yeah.
he's gone.
Theo. This is good for today. Like you're just
Yeah.
kind of hanging out. So
Are you
come back
jumping down?
tomorrow. Do not
Jeff, are you
do
wrapping up?
not push the boundaries here on my channel.
Yeah. He seems like
so
a
you don't
free
want us
spirit.
showing weapons on the channel, like.
That's not an unreasonable ask. I
I showed my
appreciate that
I
you
showed my
checked with me.
AR-15. I showed my custom AR-15, but I did it off like backstage. I would never put it on.
How do you show it?
You go
Hey, this is
backstage.
podcast.
Well, he had a
You're
banner.
gonna-
Up.
Oh, in
Yeah,
the
they had
okay.
a Cheese had a banner up. Yeah,
I see.
Yeah, I had yeah. It was, they're like,
it was on Cheeseheads. Yeah,
it's pretty nice, man. It's got the rail. It's got the light. It's custom.
but
It's got a.
you don't
Yeah.
want to try and show guns on a live stream, though.
But we did it backstage. We went backstage and showed it, so no one else.
I mean,
You had a banner up.
you're not on Discord. That like Discord makes all that kind of stuff so much easier. You can
Yeah, it was
fight on
cool. It was cool.
Discord, do drama, show things you can't show.
Jeremy,
Talk about things you can't talk here.
yeah. And we were talking about hunting and stuff like that. And Jeremy was like, "Yo, I want to see, your rifle." And I was like, "All right, I'll show you backstage, where no one can
Yeah.
see it." And that's what we did.
Yeah,
So-
I think
But
It
that.
wasn't
Jeremy
like-
wasn't backstage.
Jeremy was.
At Cheeseheads channel.
This was a different channel. This was on Joe's.
Oh, but you showed an AR-15 on Cheeseheads, right?
No, Cheesehead was backstage at Joe's, and saw.
I think this was on Cheesehead's channel like a few months ago.
Yeah.
Like
Never
a
been
separate time.
I've never
Yeah,
been
like,
backstage.
this was like
I've-
2 or 3 months ago.
I've
and,
never been backstage
Like
at
that's a year
Cheesehead.
Joe went to jail, right?
Yeah,
Joe
no.
was already in jail.
This was the backstage at Joe's. Yeah, and then
at
Jeremy.
Cheeseheads as well. Right?
Jeremy was running the channel at the time, so he's like, "Yeah, I'd love to see it." I was like, "All right, well, we'll go
Okay.
backstage." And I was like, "Dude,
So I guess it
I'll
happened
show
on
it."
Cheeseheads as well.
And he was like, "Oh, that's awesome. That's cool." But it wasn't threatening anybody or anything out of line or anything like that.
Yeah.
But people can turn the spin on whatever they want to. It's all good.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
Cheesehead
all
can
this
tell the
stuff's
story, but I
recorded,
think
though. That's the great thing about it.
the banner was up, all right?
Yeah,
And
it was
something happened on
backstage.
Cheesehead.
No one could see it. No one could
Not
see it. But the people
backstage. You were
Yeah.
on panel with a cover up, right? No?
No one could
Something
see it, but the
different
people
happened at
backstage.
Cheese. Okay.
No one could see it, but people backstage. We can keep beating the dead horse. No one could see it, but the people backstage. Yep.
Unless it's on a
Okay.
stream somewhere.
Yeah, no, it's not. It's not.
Oh.
You can't see it because it's backstage with the banner up. It's completely backstage.
Yeah,
Yep.
Paul's saying he put up the barrier. So.
It's pretty nice, though. It's pretty nice. It's a pretty nice rifle.
And then Tommy's saying
Anyway.
no, he saw it many times. So there you go.
Well, Tommy saw a lot of things many
Yeah.
times.
Well, the viewers could
So,
solve the mystery for themselves.
Right. So more drama for them to perpetrate. It's okay. It's all right. At one point, I think people should grow up and not obsess over other people. But that's just
And
my opinion.
model it right now. Just model
My
it.
opinion. My
show us how it's done. Yeah.
I should.
Demonstrate
And Tom,
that.
You're doing, Mike. You do it better than almost any. I'm not even joking. When
Yeah.
I say if anybody can lead on this, it's you.
So Combat, I'm going to address you real quick. I'm going to address you directly. And this is not, I'm going to be very careful what I'm going to say because I respect Jeff.
Yeah.
A troll
Not the
is
triangle
somebody-
choke. Not the triangle choke. Or you're going to dip into your 401k and visit me?
Would you like me to? Would you like
No,
to
I
have
haven't.
Combat? Let me ask you a question. Would you love for me and you to hang out at a coffee shop or anywhere and just stream together? Like the ultimate enemies and just be like, "What's up?" Wouldn't that be the coolest
Y'all really
thing?
Yeah,
don't seem
I'll-
that bad for
I'll
enemies.
pass on that. Yeah. I'll pass
Wouldn't
on
that be the coolest
Mike.
thing ever? Come
I've got
on.
plenty of friends.
You don't have to
no,
dip
One
in your
more.
401k either. You can take a loan
Yeah.
against it. So
That's right. This is what I think. This is what I think. And I'm going to say this, and this is only my opinion. Jeff can yell at me, or anybody else can yell at me. Joe, Untrackable, which I respect. I think I encapsulate you. Like, you can't stop thinking about me. You make entire channels about me. You make
Well,
entire no. Jeff,
One
hear
channel.
me out.
Not channels,
Joe,
one
Jeff,
channel.
Jeff, hear me out. Hear me out.
Okay.
That takes a lot of personal energy. So if you want to be my friend, Wombat, just be my friend. And I will support you. I will have your back. I will be your guy.
I'm
But the
just
more-
trying to clarify if this is the thing you were going to say to Wombat earlier, where you said, I just
I
want
am.
to say, this is
I
the
am.
thing. Okay.
So if Wombat, if you want to be my friend, I'll back you. Because there is no one more powerful than me on this platform. Nobody.
Now, Mike. I even have to laugh at that one. I'm sorry. I don't.
Jeff, who brings more people than me?
You talking
Come
about this
on, Jeff.
channel or the Panelverse as a platform?
This platform, these
This whole
crazy
like not just
volunteer
this.
channels. Yes,
I mean, you definitely you are like one of the main players for sure.
yes.
I don't know
So,
about most powerful and all that. That's
so
neither one of
Wandal,
you.
if you want to be my friend and chill, I will never say anything negative about you ever again. Okay.
But
And
can you be trusted?
I can
I
be
think is a
trusted.
question a lot of people have.
If you have me behind you, Wombat, don't get to the wrong way behind you. But if you have me
See, that's
supporting you,
probably not
I
helping.
will fight. I will fight for you. I will rip people apart. So I have nothing, Wombat. I have nothing to gain. I'm not monetized. I don't care. I just want to have some people I can come up with and talk to and have fun with. All I'm
You
looking.
had that, like you seem to be having that.
Yeah.
Wombat seemed to be
So
cooperating.
Cheesehead says about drinking. I haven't had a drink in 6 months,
Doxing.
and that's the truth. I haven't. I gave up
Mike,
alcohol. Yeah, go ahead.
did you misspeak when you and I were on panel? You know, we had that 10-minute trolling or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And this was, I don't know, 3 weeks ago. And you said
Yes.
you quit drinking 2 months ago. Did you misspeak when you said that, or
No. It was.
so let me ask the real question. Do you have a sobriety date that we can celebrate?
Sobriety. No, but I would say about 5 months ago, I was like, this is really not fun, and I wasn't even getting drunk. It was just like drinking to not get shakes.
So let's say
No,
you stopped
so
drinking a
let me
month after
finish.
that.
Let me
So
finish. Let me finish. Drinking not to
So
get
shall we
shakes,
say
but
May 30th?
I never
May
felt.
30th for a sobriety date? Is that close?
And
Okay, so if you'd like me to answer, I'll answer it, but it's up to you. But I never
I just
felt
don't
out
need
of
a story.
control.
I just want to get to
Okay,
the.
well, if I'm not going to finish a sentence, then I'll just stop.
Come on.
I'm sorry, excuse me.
Just reset.
Yeah.
Go.
Yeah. So I made the decision to say, you know what, it's really not for me because it wasn't fun anymore. It was at one point it was fun, it was relaxing, and then it just became to where it was just like repetitive. And then at that point, you kind of say, you know what, it's really not for me anymore. And I stopped, completely stopped. And I think I'm going on close to 6 months. I am
So let's
close to
say
six
May
months.
30th. May 30th. Is that
Could
pretty
be,
close?
could be. I don't have the
Yep.
exact date. I didn't make a
Does that
journal.
work? As like, can y'all just agree on that?
It's around
As
there.
just as
Yeah.
I can't
approximate
make. I
date.
can't
Put a
make
stake in
journal.
the ground.
Yeah.
Because it was
It's
2
a-
months ago when we last spoke, right? I'm just trying
Right. No, it's not 2 months ago. I never said that. So you can have your little tips, your little stabs if you want to, because I know that's what you get
But
off on.
I didn't see any today though. Like I think
Yeah.
the last few times he's been on, he
But
seems to be
congrats.
giving all of that.
Congrats on
The
that,
last,
Mike. It's a very hard
the
thing
last,
to do.
it's actually not. It's only like maybe 5 or 6
Well,
days of hell
you don't know how it is
detoxing.
to him. Like that's subjective. So
It
for
was
him, it
difficult
may
Yeah.
for me.
be.
It was very
With
hard for me.
me, it was never extremely heavy. It was like 3 or
I
4
personally,
shots.
like, believe it or not, I think both of you have the maturity to transcend all of this. I really do.
Yeah. It was never out of control. It wasn't like where you're falling down or like no one's ever heard me slur my speech. No one's ever heard me not be coherent. And even other people have said that. Even Quiver.
But that's
Quiver.
all. That's what 5 months ago.
Yeah, but even Quiver said what a month ago. He goes,
All
man,
right. Well, then
Swell.
that has nothing to do with anything
What
today
I'm trying
or
to say is that
Wombat.
to validation is that he even said, not a fan of mine. Yeah, I've never heard Mike slur his words. I've never heard him be out of control. Like he
If
seems
you
to,
haven't done it in 5 months, there's no reason to even
yeah,
talk
that's
about
it.
it.
My last
And
drink was January 13, 2006, about
that's
9:30
great.
in the morning.
It's good for you, and I'm happy for you because it's not good for
Thank
you.
you.
It's not
I
healthy.
appreciate that.
It's not good for
Well,
you, man.
for most people, it's fine. For me, no good. No bueno.
I
Hey,
think what I think is
Witch
this.
of Heart, what do you have to say?
Yeah.
Hi, Witch.
Hi, Combat. How are you, dear?
I'm good.
You're looking well.
Thank you.
Sorry,
Thanks.
I'm still recovering.
Oh my God, still.
Yeah, I had to go to urgent care on Saturday because I was getting worse. Turns out I have a sinus infection, but
Oh,
I have
no.
antibiotics now. I just woke up from a nap.
I told you you had a sinus infection because you were like,
You
were
didn't
so
tell me
right.
shit, Mike. What are you talking
I didn't
about? You
tell you
asked me if
this.
I had a flu. You asked me
I
if I
didn't
had the
tell
flu.
you.
You didn't say
I do
anything about a
remember
sinus
sinus
infection.
coming up on
Yes,
stream. I
I
don't know
said
if
you
it
probably have
was
a sinus
that day.
infection.
Oh, okay.
You
Well,
just
then maybe
can't
you
take
did.
you can't take anything from Dr. Mike. You just can't take it.
You're right, because you don't
Okay,
have
I
a
want
medical
to hang on,
license.
hang
God
on.
forbid.
You were on your way out anyway. Hang back there for a
Oh,
minute
was
if you
he?
want. I want to hear
Yeah.
from Witch. Go ahead.
Oh my God. Sorry. That made me congested all over again. If he did say something about a science fiction, I don't remember, because half the things he says goes through one ear, not the other anyway. Like I had said before, I've been around since Mike started. And the crap he has said, especially about Wombat, have been beyond the
Well,
pale.
Wombat's here right now,
I know
so
Wombat's here, yes. And I'm trying
let's
to,
see.
and I don't know the conversation they had before I came on, so if I'm repeating, I
I don't
apologize.
know, but just judging from their interactions the past couple of times, it seems fine for this channel.
For this channel.
Yeah, and that's all I'm
Because
concerned about. I'm not here to resolve all the drama from all the other channels.
I'm not asking you to. I'm not asking you to. But what bothers me, excuse me, what bothers me is that things can be said on this channel and we cannot defend it because it would mean piling up on Mike, and that's a no-no for this channel. We cannot defend ourselves
is that the best way to defend an argument or a lie?
by calling him out on it. Yes.
Piling up on him.
Well, it depends on how many people he's lying about, which is a lot of people. Like, the stuff he said about me, especially, I don't address on here because we can't. And it can be a bit frustrating because I can hear the things he says and I can't comment on it because either I'll get blocked or timed out or kicked off. And it can be very frustrating to some people whom he will go on and on about, even not on and on, but maybe a thing here or there. And we can't say anything to defend ourselves because it's going to be drama and we get the consequences for it.
Maybe we can have like a night of the week where that could happen.
Well, Mike won't come
maybe I can make that deal.
he won't
If
take
we can limit
accountability.
it to certain times and keep it off of the rest of the streams, maybe that's a compromise.
But see, the thing is that Mike will never take responsibility for anything he says.
Well, I can't promise that's going to happen, even if we do talk. So if that's your goal, no, I can't only.
Hello,
Hey,
what's up,
Cheesehead.
Jeff? What's up, Jeff? Combat.
Hey, Cheese.
I was on some YouTubes the past few days, and I heard some people saying things about me that were not true, and I'm like, I got to get up there and set the record straight, or I did it in the chat. So I know what I know what that feels like to want to get up there and defend yourself, correct a lie, correct misinformation. There just has to be a way to do it here where it's not dominating my content.
Yeah, listen, when I come over here, channel, your rules, there's a lot I want to say to Mike, but I don't, out of respect for you, Jeff. But like Witch was saying, though, too, he goes to other channels and he attack, like just the other day, right? He called me a junkie. He's threatening to dox me, and then he comes over here and and out of respect for you, I don't say anything. But that's Mike. He will never take accountability for anything.
He probably not, and y'all know that about him. So it's an unreasonable expectation to have.
Yeah.
And I think that's why we can't. And I'm going to speak for myself. That's why it's very hard to let things go because of the lack of responsibility and the lack of accountability. Jeff, you yourself said last time we talked, you yourself said, "Oh, it's just words on the internet." Well, if it's just words on the internet, why are people getting blocked or kicked out for trying to defend themselves if it's just words on the internet?
Or being threatened to be doxxed.
The doxing, that's not coming from me.
Or being called
no, not you, Jeff. But honestly, Mike sits on a panel with Banana and Eric Lawless, and they're up there coming.
I cannot believe he was.
Let me tell you my other difficulty that makes it harder for all of you to make your case in a way that I can sympathize with. Mike is not doing anything remotely close to the content I see coming out about me from that side, about around my autism, around violence. So I can at least trust Mike on that in a way that, so I have these people doing that kind of stuff and then coming here and trying to ask me for sympathy for their grievances against Mike.
I'm not asking
And
for
that's
sympathy.
very hard for
I'm
me to
definitely
do,
not. But
No,
Jeff,
none
like
of us are asking for
cognitive
sympathy.
dissonance wise.
have you
No,
seen
no, no, no,
have
no.
you seen any of that come from me?
It's not
personally?
just Saul though, because there's a whole little group that have their wagon circled around him.
Excuse
It's
me,
not on
sorry.
my channel. I tell you all the time, you're welcome at my channel anytime, Jeff. You know that. I know.
Yeah,
It's not good.
I have no beef with you, Cheesehead, at all. Like
Yeah,
you're cool as far as
yeah,
I know.
I listen. I
All
come
of
over
you,
here.
everybody
Yeah,
on this panel.
and I tell you all the time, you're welcome to come by anytime. We do drama. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I
It goes
I
down at
went
my
on
channel.
Mike's the other day for a little while and got a taste of the drama. So I know when I go in the drama panels that I'm in y'all's territory and like what
And
to
I'll tell you
expect.
what. Sometimes the territory can be extremely toxic. I am not one to deny that. But like I said, it can be like for example, I'll give an example. Not on this panel. Sorry. For example, he was on Banana's panel the other day, which I found hilarious because I'm pretty sure that was probably the one time he had said he'd never come on, and he actually didn't. But about Liliana and how he said here on this panel, he said he didn't even know her, which is a flat out lie.
He knows
Flat
Liliana.
out
That's
lie.
is that your best example of what?
Oh no, I have
Because that was
plenty.
such stupid
I have
drama.
plenty of examples, Jeff. Plenty of examples. I won't even get into half of the shit he said about Wombat.
Well, I mean, Wombat's here. They can
I know
handle it with
Wombat's here.
themselves.
I know, but I'm saying like
What you in particular? What's like the?
Oh, okay. Let's see. So half the time I was on Bananas panels, he has one continually asked me if I wanted to marry him, would not take no for an answer. Then turned out
What do
and
you
asked,
need from other people? Just tell them no or leave
I
the panel or
did. He
like
wouldn't
what?
let it go.
Yeah, he wouldn't
He
let
kept
it go.
It was
going.
kind of
What do
creepy.
you want from me about all of this? Like,
The fact that you need, because he is the only, this is the only channel that he is on that we can actually come onto a panel, but at the same time we are also not permitted to speak our minds and to tell anybody how we feel about
that's
him.
not the way I presented it.
Jeff,
No
you block
personal
anybody
attacks,
who tries.
no
Well,
accusations, no malice, no
it's not an
disrupting, that kind of
accusation.
stuff.
It's true. Like, I can't tell you how many times that man has sexually harassed me on panel.
But what? Why am I the person being appealed to? Like,
Because
go
you're the one
to
that's
the
allowing
authority.
him
Like,
on
what
here.
is it that I can do that you're telling me this? You
Let
said you
us-
want to come on panel and talk about this and address this, so I'm giving you that chance. But then, what are you expecting from me in response, or do you just want to kind of
Nothing.
air it and
Just
have
air
it
it.
on record?
Just let us air it without
Okay.
fear of repercussions of being blocked or banned or timed out or anything. And the fact that even if it's a civil conversation y'all are having, even if it's just a simple conversation, still the lies that he tells, because we have experienced it. And the fact of lack of accountability, lack of responsibility, and oh, I never said that, or oh, that's edited, or it's very infuriating.
Yeah, I get it from people, like I said, that are people's making content about me, and I feel the same way. I understand the
that
feeling.
sucks.
I don't
I
have that
get that.
issue with Mike. I don't feel like he
We know
lacks
you don't,
accountability,
because he's not one-
responsibility
because-
for what I'm asking from him.
And that's fine. That's fine. But, and like I said before, you have Mike on this panel. You're gonna you can't not expect people to start fighting back because of all the shit he has said in the past.
And they can
No,
take
they
the
can't,
consequences.
because you keep. Well, then why? Then they can't fight,
Because
then
they're
gonna
coming
get
here for
banned.
purposes other than I'm here. They're coming to fight with Mike, and I've said over and over and over that's not what this channel is for. So if somebody comes to my channel and can't respect what it's for, they're not here for anything I'm doing. They're here to fight with Mike. I don't want that here. Those are not the people I'm looking for. Those are not the people with the maturity that I'm looking for. If their purpose for being here is to fight with Mike, and not anything about me and what I'm doing, autism, mental health, men's issues, all that other stuff, then they're just hijacking my channel for their purposes, for their agendas. And I'm completely justified in eliminating that from my channel. So if they want to come and do that and then whine and cry about getting blocked, they're bringing that on themselves. And you want to talk about accountability and responsibility, start there. Their accountability and their responsibility for why they're here on my channel in the first place.
But it's not like Mike has his own channel that we can go to.
Well, you can't come to mine either. Just because Mike doesn't have his own doesn't make mine the channel to come and do this by default, especially when I've asked 100 times not to. That is fucking rude. If I went to your house and you asked me not to do something, you would only have to ask me once. I wouldn't come back with all my friends and keep asking and asking and asking. That makes you look worse than anything Mike's doing. Like, none of you have the moral high ground here. You don't have the ethical high ground, the social etiquette high ground, none of that. When I put you up against what I see Mike delivering.
And that's a shame. That's a shame. Because I do respect you, Jeff. I respect you, and I respect your channel. And that's why every time I call him up on here, I don't start
Well,
shit.
you seem to want to use it to wage your personal war on Mike after I've asked you over and over not to use it for that. So that doesn't feel like respect. It feels like the complete opposite of respect. I show respect completely differently to people.
The only reason why I came up here and started airing grievances is because that's what Wombat was doing.
He really wasn't. Like, he and Mike were doing fine. And then Mike started trying to have a conversation with him and some stuff came. But I was watching it and they were doing okay.
Well, then I apologize for starting shit. I misread the room.
Okay.
I think
and I verbally
I've got the same
clarified that many times too.
Change.
So.
No, I agree, Combat.
But see, I come here regardless if Mike is up or not. I've been here plenty of times when Mike's
Me too.
not here.
Oh wait, Mike probably has been up here.
It's definitely not just about Mike, but it is weird sometimes because Mike will sit up here and I'll hear my name come up, right? And out of respect for Jeff, I just let it go. I know he doesn't.
Mike talks about you.
Oh yeah, I've heard Mike bring me up all the time.
Oh, well, do bring it up next time because he's not supposed to be trolling any more than anybody else.
You know, like I was in the chat one day having a conversation, and he comes in the chat and he's like, "Cheese is over here starting drama." Where? What are you talking? Just like a minute ago, I said Docs, and he's like, "I haven't had a drink in weeks." Nobody said anything about you drinking, Mike. Nobody. Stop paying me out to be the bad guy. And Mike, I'm not obsessed with you, man. Trust me. Stop it. That's the other thing right there. Everybody's lying. Everybody's obsessed. No, bro. No.
Well, did everything come out that you wanted to come out?
I guess. There's plenty more, but like I said, I respect you and I respect your panel, so I will stop. And like I said, I apologize. I misread the panel when I came up on here.
I think a lot of people do, and I don't know how to prevent that because I keep trying to be as clear as possible.
You can't.
So that they don't misread.
You can't.
I think they're seeing what they want to see because they have this desire for something.
No.
Yeah.
No. We're seeing exactly what needs to be, what is happening.
What needs to be, not what is.
Yeah.
Hey, Abe.
I've made peace with this once I realized I shouldn't have any expectation that Mike is going to change or Jeff is going to change.
Exactly.
Hey, how you guys doing? Is my audio okay? Is it like popping or anything?
No, you're
no,
fine.
You sound good.
Okay, good. Hey guys, I'm Honest Abe, and if you guys know anything about me,
oh, you are like cutting
out you are cracking.
Is it really?
Yeah, just a bit.
Still haven't fixed it. All right, hang on.
Hey, real quick before Abe starts. Cheese, what's up? Combat, what's up? Jeff, what's up?
Spike.
I just got home. I have no idea what's been going on. I popped in while I was driving. I heard Combat talking about bananas and the negative.
That was crazy.
I just want to pop up because Witch of Heart was here. What's up, Witch?
Hi, honey.
Hey, LA, is this better?
See what Lucifer's saying right here. I'm timing him out. I don't
like I said,
even it's not just Mike. I don't want you having to put up with this either. So he's getting timed out. If he does it again, he's banned, gone, not coming back. So it's
And that's
not
not the
just
first
Mike I
time I've
apply
heard
this
that, and
to.
it won't be the last time I hear that.
I
That
know,
doesn't
but I'm just
affect
being
me.
consistent. Like that, it bothers me when I see something like that directed at
I
you,
appreciate
just
your
like it does
consistency.
with Mike or Wombat or anybody else.
I appreciate your consistency.
How do I sound, guys? Better or still not so good?
I think you're right.
All right. Well, dang this phone. Let's throw it out the window, man. I'm telling you. My issue with like people that talk about me on the drama king panels is they don't. I'm either A, iced out from them and blocked, right? And they won't let me get a chance to even remotely defend myself. Or B, when I do get up there, I just get piled on like a mad dog, and it just goes nowhere fast. And they'll mute my mic, they'll throw me in the basement, and nobody else. But I think the thing with Mike, if he's saying something about you guys, absolutely got the right to defend yourself. But I would say, maybe just take turns and try to, like avoid
But not on my channel.
Pile
like
up.
make that
not-
part clear too.
We have the right to defend ourselves on our own platforms.
Yes.
Yeah,
That
or any
too.
other. Like I even have. You can go in my Discord. I have a panel drama channel just for that
Yeah.
stuff. Y'all can talk about it
We
all
have
day
a-
long in there if you want. Just not
There's
on
a whole
my stream.
channel in Jeff's Discord.
You should share that out more in your,
Why?
in your
Yeah, I'll put
channel.
it. I'll put it in the back.
Yeah. And then like your regular chat too.
And I like which has me thinking if it's productive, if something good is going to come out of it, I don't mind trying to host and facilitate like a little bit of drama resolution. Like if Abe, you are having a problem with one or two people in particular that you want to address, I could try to help facilitate a conversation like that. If like one person wants to try to talk to Mike about their
Yeah.
issues, we can set aside a specific time to try that one conversation. I don't even mind trying things like that.
Well, I'll tell y'all something. I was always anti-timer until I got on this panel and this guy in Australia known as the Brad, and some of the people from my side of YouTube, which is different from all y'all. Some of you guys hang out my channel, and I appreciate y'all, but it actually works. I'm not kidding you. If you go, okay, Mike, you got 3 minutes, then you time him, then you go, okay, cool, and then you give the other person a chance to rebuttal. Bam, they get 3 minutes. It works.
Like a
I'm telling
debate.
you. It's as obnoxious as it can be sometimes to avoid a mass pileup on the panel and just total chaosness. It does work if you have to resort to it, but otherwise, I would just say, look. If someone is talking about any one of us anywhere out here on one particular channel, like right here, you should have the right to defend yourself on this channel right here. Absolutely. As long as everybody keeps it all cool.
Well, from me though, not from this channel. Just because a panelist said something on my channel doesn't make my channel suddenly the place to come and fight with that panelist every time.
I understand that, but I think their argument is they don't feel they have a voice when if he makes a snide comment at someone on here.
They're not guaranteed a voice.
Saying, I'm just saying they're just saying they don't feel they've got.
That's an
right
entitlement.
Well, it's not. I'm just saying
they can make a lot of people will just make a response video if they don't feel like they have a voice.
Yeah,
that day I've done that before.
Yeah.
If I see something on a YouTube and I don't feel like or necessarily think that it's best to resolve it live on YouTube, I'll make my own reaction video to it instead. That is my voice.
But you can do that. But there's different audiences out here. So if someone say like if I make a derogatory comment about someone here, there's a different audience here that might be on like my channel, and then the people that heard it on this channel, it's not conveyed to them. They don't know. I guess the way you could possibly do that if you were doing a panel is say, okay, make the video, drop the URL in your video under your video comment section. Hopefully people will click it. 9 times out of 10 though, a lot of people don't even bother to read the comments or like community tabs anyway, right? So I'm just
is this a generational thing? Like, why can't people work this out as adults among themselves? Like, why do we even need this collective apparatus to resolve drama between grown people?
I think it can be done even here. I think it's just if I say something bad about any one of you, I would expect you to come on here and respond to me. And I will stay and wait
I might
for you.
message you on Discord or something. But I would definitely, if it bothered me enough, I would address you personally, like directly, some kind of way, either a chat comment,
stuff, but I mean,
Discord message.
Yeah, I know, Jeff. But I'm saying if it's being blasted on here, then that person should have the right to come on here and respond. That's how I feel about it. Without avoiding a mass pileup and just
I
chaos.
disagree. I don't. No, I think that's an entitlement. That's not a right. I don't. Every time I'm watching YouTube, I don't expect the right to go confront everybody that mentions my name on every YouTube show that I watch because it happens a lot.
You don't have to. I'm just saying if someone wants to,
I can make a chat. I
I
usually make a chat comment. Like I feel like I have that ability at least. But even then, I'm aware that the mods can time me out at any time if that's not the content they want for their channel.
Yeah, I'm a mod on your channel, and I don't mess with anybody unless someone's like doxing, or I haven't seen doxing yet.
Oh, well, I need to get you trained better because we're trying to turn you into a demon troll.
If there's a sock in there that is just like spamming away, then I'll give them a 5 minute, or I'm gonna let usually you see it, and you hide them, whatever you want to do with them. But I mean, as far as if someone someone in the chat is being spoken ill about on a panel, I'm not going to touch them in the chat because they should have the right to have at least some mode or method to be able to say, hey, that ain't right.
Mm-hmm. And I have the right to moderate my chat content.
Everyone has a right to make a channel or a response video.
Right. And if I don't want a bunch of people coming at Mike in my chat, and I'd rather it stay with the people that are here for the topic, I have the right to do that. I don't have to justify it, rationalize it. Anything.
No, I'm just if it can be kept and maintained civil, then it's not my show, but if it's like I would say, okay, cool. Then that person said this about you. Here they are, and I'm going to let them say their piece too. That's just what I do. And then sometimes, yes, it'll go stir crazy.
But keep in mind, also, this is not really a drama channel either, so that might work. No. That might be like a norm for drama channels.
Right, but I'm just saying, if someone's going to get on your panel and start taking pop shots, then that means that other person who they're doing it to should be able to come on and say, "Hey, that ain't right," and let me clear the air on this. That's all.
I'm not always going to let that happen. No.
I understand.
And it's very rare that people in my panel take pot shots at the chat anyway. Usually they're talking among each other, or the chat is the one making comments on them. So in the cases that it does happen, I usually do address it. I want to answer Daphne right here. She's not timed out. She's blocked. She's banned for causing drama after I asked her several times not to. She continued to cause her drama. And so that's why. She had plenty of warning.
Jeff, I do have a question, if you don't mind.
I'm going to hit the chat, y'all, all right? Thanks for letting me up.
Oh,
good talking. All right.
Bye.
Yeah, be good.
All right, Dave.
When I was here one time, I said something about this being a safe space. You said it's not a safe space.
It's even in the description.
But see, how is it not a safe space then? How? If you don't mind me asking.
Because of the content and the topics. I don't babysit topics. I don't babysit people's emotions. There's a lot of things I don't babysit here that other channels do. But it is safe. It is safe from violence. It's safe from personal attacks. It's safe from like I timed that person out that went after you about that thing. It's safe from stuff like that. But the conversations are not made safe. The conversations themselves.
Okay. I was just curious. Thank you for answering. Sorry. I keep coughing.
Yeah, I believe in adults managing their own safety, and that's what I do with myself. So I don't really have a need to manage it for other people or have it managed for me. I can take myself off of a panel or even walk away from YouTube anytime something gets too unsafe for me.
And that's good. Because some people just still don't do that.
I know. That's personal accountability.
And they don't separate a YouTube life and a real life.
I've noticed that too.
And that could be very detrimental.
Yeah.
But yeah, once I close my laptop, I'm done.
Same here.
Me too, pretty much. It's very rare I even watch other panels related to this.
That's why I only go live like once a week, if that.
But I haven't gone live in months.
Yeah, I missed your show Sunday, Cheesehead. I forgot.
Yeah, it was last minute. We weren't even planning on it. It was just kind of like a last minute thing. Like I said, if I got other stuff going on, YouTube is non-important to me sometimes. I mean, even having a channel, it's like people are like, "You going live?" And I'm like, I just don't feel like it. But then you get the trolls who are like, "Oh, your channel's down." It's no. I have a life outside of YouTube. that I enjoy.
Yeah.
People take this YouTube shit way too personally sometimes.
Way too personally.
All right, things are calmed down, so I'm gonna bring it back up, Mike. Not to kick up the drama again, but if we can reset and move on,
Woosa.
and we can always talk about it offline.
Woosa.
No problem. Hold on one
Conversation.
second. Hold on one second. All right.
Okay.
I'm just typing some.
I may end up winding down soon anyway for a break.
Oh, you're good. You're good. Let me put this down.
I mean, I'll see how it goes, but
I got you. So yeah, it's really fun. It's like the one thing is like people don't understand trolling, the trolling game. People troll differently. I got to sneeze.
that was a sneeze.
Bless you.
Damn.
Yeah, trolling is cool. I can
I just
handle.
sneezed.
I
Sorry
can,
about that.
I
But
can
trolling with you, Mike, and you got to admit, is very fraught. It's not always taken in
Well,
the same spirit
let me address Cheesehead real quick.
But
Let me address.
the real life stuff isn't trolling.
Let's not keep it.
Right, I agree.
Give me the opportunity because we're not on panel very often. Let me give the opportunity to
Go
address.
ahead. Go ahead.
So I don't. Whatever Eric Lawless does or Banana does has nothing to do with me.
Mike.
I went on his. No, hear me out. Just hear me out real quick. And then, of course, I will listen to you. I'm not going to cut you off. But I went on there because Banana was pitching a false narrative that me and Jeff fell out, that we're enemies, that we don't like each other. That's not the case. I talked to Jeff behind the scenes. And yes, that is true. I talked to him behind the scenes. And we're totally cool. We don't always get along. Jeff will give me shit. I will say something to him. There's nothing negative there. But
Is
with
that true, Jeff?
Banana,
There was never a case where Mike and I were falling out. I don't know where
never.
that the rumors that come
No,
from
the
that
behind the
side
scenes.
are so outrageous. I don't know if there's like a broken AI making them up or what. They are so unrelated to reality.
But this is my thing, Mike. Okay, listen, I don't care where you go. Okay, you're a grown man. You can go where you want. But when you sit on the panel with those two, and you yourself are talking about doxing me with Joe, and you hope I get doxed, that's where I start to take it personal, right? Because these two are coming for my job. Okay, they want to find out where I work. They talk about my dad who passed away. That's personal, Mike, and you join in on it, Mike. You take part of it. That's where I have the issue. Trolling, I can take. I can take anything you say, Mike. But when you start to make it personal like that, that's where I have the issue.
Okay, and you're right. She said, so let's get to the brass tacks. I have never talked about your dad. That was
I'm not saying you did. I'm not saying you did, but you
no. She said, just hear me out. Please, just hear me out. Never talked about your dad. Never talked about your family. I never talked about where you work. And you grouped me into Banana and Eric. Now I know a lot about Eric, which I know his real name. I know who he really is. So
Oh, God.
no, I'm just saying I didn't. I know. Well, just hear me out. I didn't put him out there, but I went on Bananas because Banana was attacking Jeff because he's in cahoots with the whole hate circle, and I am a friend of Jeff's. I am a friend of his, so I'm going to attack someone who's going to attack Jeff, and that's the truth. Now, listen, she said, you believe whatever you want to believe, whatever you want to do. I wish you no ill will. I wish you the best.
But Mike,
Did you threaten to dox him?
Read the
No.
comments. Read the comments.
Oh,
I'm not
God.
the only one that
Is the comments
Mike,
okay?
real quick.
I'm not worried about the comments right now. Did he dox you or threaten to dox you?
Yes.
3 days ago.
Is it me on panel or is it a fake account?
No, it's you on a panel, Mike. It's not coming from the chat. It's you on a physical panel.
Jeff, it's a fake.
Well, then it would be on a stream. So if somebody
Hold on a
wants to show
second,
it
guys.
to you.
Look, Mike, bro, it was like 4 days ago. You almost like it was a fantasy. You were with Banana saying when Joe gets out, he's gonna dox Cheesehead, and I can't wait for it. I'm gonna make sure it happens. You said that. 3 days ago.
That's what. That's what.
No, that's what you said. It wasn't
That's
AI.
what Lawless,
Bro,
not
I'm
me.
not trying to come at you, bro.
So it's on a
like,
stream
Yeah.
then.
I
Yes.
like the
Pull it up.
truth.
And
Pull
like
it
Mike,
up.
truth.
come on.
Pull it
You've
up.
threatened
Pull
to
it up.
dox me, what, a dozen times? You said
Well,
on panel.
you know, I mean, the thing is that, you know, Wombat, I know
Right.
who you are. I know who you are, but I don't
Yeah, but
dox.
it doesn't like
I don't dox
doxing is
people.
a line. Like it's always been
Don't
one of my
dox
lines,
people.
and you know that. Like
Don't
You
anything
use the
offline,
legal name.
So this
families,
is
all
this
the
is
time.
doxing.
so what is your gain? What is your gain
Taylor
about?
Klein. You use Taylor Klein's real name all the time. You use
Well, I
Tyler
mean, you
Durden's
put it
real
out there.
name
You
all
put
the
it
Oh,
out
is
time.
there.
that what doxing? I thought it was like giving out actual addresses and stuff. It's
No,
just
no,
Using
using
name
someone's
Depends on your
also.
name.
definition.
We're using names
Never
also.
address.
Okay,
But AC and Wicked Weenie, who put my address out there,
Weenie doesn't talk about
got
you, Mike.
caught a criminal charge.
that's
It
what
was
I consider doxing. Is
It
to
wasn't
give
Weenie,
someone's
Mike. It was
personal
It
Squishy.
information.
They're
it
different
wasn't
people.
Weenie. It's not
Weenie
Weenie,
and
Mike.
Squishy are different people, Mike. It wasn't
Yes.
AC.
Who was it? Who was it? Who was it,
It's
Wombat?
Squishy.
It was
It's
squishy.
Squishy. She corrects people all the time when people say
Yeah.
it was Wicked Weenie. She goes, "No, it wasn't."
So it's
Wicked Weenie, it was
okay.
me."
So it's okay for Ashley Decker to dox people's
I'm
Wait,
addresses.
we're
not
not.
saying it's
Ashley's
There you
not here. We're not
go.
talking about Ashley.
See?
We were talking about
See?
Cheesehead. You, Cheesehead.
And that's my thing. And again, Mike, I don't
See?
address you here out of respect.
That's okay, though. That's okay for someone to address someone's address and then call a wellness check and a
Nope.
SWAT call on
No
someone's
proof.
address.
I
Cheesehead
thought
did
it
that
was
to
just the
you?
fireman.
No,
I thought it was
no.
just the fireman that came to your house, not
That
SWAT.
was Ashley Decker. That was
Which we're not talking about her. She's
Yeah,
not
we're not
even on
talking
this
about
That's
her.
channel.
also not her
So they
We're not
YouTube
Leave
saying-
name.
Ashley Decker where
That's
she
not.
is.
That's not her YouTube name, dude. You know what you're doing right now, bro.
Yeah, you're
Spike,
not.
Spike. I'm not Spike. I've always respected you. I've never had an issue with you, but I'm not sure why you're
Okay,
doing it.
Mike. Hang on. I'm focused on the Cheesehead stuff.
Listen,
That's
Jeff,
what I want to focus on.
it's on.
Just
It's on.
you and Cheesehead. The doxing thing between you and
So
Cheesehead.
she said, so what is your ultimate goal? What is your ultimate goal in
Listen,
everything?
I have no goal, Mike. But like I said,
His ultimate goal is to not get doxxed.
exactly.
goal.
You got to understand,
Okay.
man. People are coming from my livelihood, Mike, and when I see you up there taking part of it and basically wishing it upon me, yeah, I have an issue with that. Just like the time you came on my channel, and I let you up, don't I, Mike? I let you come on my panel, right? I know.
Oh, to destroy me, yeah, to make fun of me.
No. Last time you came up, I was pretty respectful to you, Mike. I even told everybody not to dogpile you, right? And
well, let me ask you this. So she said, let me ask you this.
I can't
Well,
even.
let him finish. Let him finish.
I'll wait. I'll wait. I'm sorry. I apologize. I'll wait.
And then you return that favor by pulling a weapon, trying to get my channel shut down. Because as soon as you left, you basically went over to Bananas and said, "I only went there to fuck Cheese's channel up." That was your exact words.
So let me ask you this.
And you were telling us.
No.
Mike,
I want to
Wait.
ask.
Let him address that one thing.
I want to ask. She said a real question. She said, "Do you think I'm actually friends with Banana? Do you think I'm actually friends with him?"
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
I don't. I do.
What
not.
about the gun thing?
I don't care.
So he is a person who is adamantly destroying good people. So
Mike,
no,
we're not talking about that.
Let me finish. Let me finish. Let me finish. Please, gentlemen, let me finish. I go there to fuck him up. You know that.
Oh, but hey, Mike is not the one that brought the drama here today. So
yeah,
I'll take
don't put this on
responsibility.
Mike and Wombat both. We're doing fine.
Yeah, I'll take
we're
responsibility
really
for that.
cool. It's really cool. So I went there the other day, and I'm like, look, you have a cabal of negativity against Jeff and against me and against all this other stuff. People are trying to bring a positive conversation, and he's like, yeah, I am. So what? Fuck you. And he's like cursing at me, and I'm like, you're just a fucking dick. And look at the stream. Like I gave him shit. I wasn't up there being his friend.
You said, Mike, that there was a cabal against you.
I am concerned about the docs. If y'all are really trying to make your case against Mike, focus on the doxing because that's going to convince me more than any of this junior high gossip bullshit.
Yeah.
If he actually, that's more of a line than this other stuff, which is child.
My name, like banana and everything. Like I said, that's my main issue. The two things is him
Because
constantly
that's a
trying.
legitimate concern. If people have
Yes.
concerns that you're going to dox them, that's way more of a
So-
legitimate concern
I'm
than
not
Is
doxing
there
she
anybody.
evidence
said hurt
Mike
my
He's
has
doxed
put
feelings
my
out
thing.
name.
an address?
He's doxed my
I'm
But
not
name.
he has
doxing
put out
anybody.
people's legal names constantly.
Yes.
Right, and Wombat, you haven't.
I'm
Wombat, did
talking
you?
about like
Hold on,
addresses
hold
and
on,
like
hold on.
real doxing.
Wombat, did you make a business with my home satellite images and my address and phone
A
number on?
business?
A
Did you
business?
not
What
do
does
that?
that
Because
mean?
I have all the proof. Did you not do that?
Where?
I did not.
Did you not do that? A
He said
Google
he did
business.
not. He
Did you
said he did
not
not.
do that?
What does
You
that
don't know
mean?
who did that,
Business.
Mike. You do not know who
I
did that.
knew exactly who did it.
How? How?
How?
And did
How do you
did
know? Okay.
Did Quick Vic call my former employer
But that's
online and
Vic.
record
That's
it?
not Wombat.
That's Vic. Where's Vic?
That's not
Vic's not here.
Wombat. That's not anybody on this panel, Mike.
What does
I
that have
think
to
this is
do?
what I think. This is what I think. This is what I
Try
think.
telling
She
the
Oh,
said.
God,
truth.
She
he's
This
said.
would go
I
a
have.
lot better if you told the truth.
She said, "I have nothing against you. Live your best life. Go for
But
it, brother."
it's not.
Go.
It's Cheesehead has concerns about you and the doxing.
Mike, did you
That's the
see?
issue with
Did you
Right.
Cheesehead.
see when Quick Vic did that?
What's that? Say it again, brother. I
Did
couldn't
you
hear you.
see when Quick Vic did that? Because he did it on a live stream.
Yeah.
He
And do
did
you
it.
approve? Do you
No,
approve of that?
no.
Someone
It was
calling someone's ex work. Do you approve of that, Spike?
obviously not. That was when we were all first getting to know you, and he did it
Mhm.
like a prank kind of call. It wasn't like a
Right,
serious
right.
thing.
Do you
But
know he got?
he'll admit
Do you
it.
know
I
he got
mean,
a charge? You know he got a charge for that? Did you know that?
no.
Yeah, he got a he got a charge for that.
Wow.
Wait, who did?
For prank calling your old company
Who caught
that
a
you don't
charge?
work
I
at?
missed it.
For harassment, cyberbullying. It's a harassment
It
charge.
was a prank call, Mike. It was
Yeah,
okay.
that's fine. That's totally fine.
But Mike, this is my thing, right? You don't like when people dox you, right? Talk about your family, talk about your work, talk about your personal life, right? You hate it. I hear you say it all the time.
Yeah, you
But
do.
then,
Those are the comments you asked me to mod too when they
right,
happen,
and
So
then
and I
would
do.
you? So let me ask you a question. So
Mike,
are
let
you
me
okay with
finish.
talking about someone's passed away relative? You're
Mike,
okay
I
with
don't
that?
talk about your family, Mike.
I didn't say you did. I didn't say you did. But other people do.
I
I didn't
can't
say you.
control other people, Mike. We're talking
Quit
about
being
me
little
and
drama
you.
queens just because he said somebody. I told you what I meant by doxing. So this is what they do. They don't listen to my words. They substitute their own version and then they create their own drama around this reality that has nothing to do with anything I said.
Yeah.
So
The
Jeff,
bottom line is this.
do you
The bottom
consider
line is this.
somebody
I'm
saying
sorry.
their
I'm
real
sorry to
name as
cut you off.
No, I
doxing?
do not.
Yeah,
I do not.
I'm
I
sorry.
Alright, then
consider
I won't
that
take it.
dumb internet bullshit
I
that
won't
people
take
need to
it.
get a life over.
I'm sorry to cut
If
you
it
off. David.
escalates beyond that, then take it to the authorities or report it to YouTube.
Yeah.
But
She
again,
said,
that's
you
still
know,
my channel is still not the place for that. Doxing came up in relation to Cheesehead and Mike's the breakdown of their relationship. That's the only reason it
yeah.
even came up. And
The bottom line is this: is that she said,
hang on, the bottom line is that combat were you doxed by Mike or threatened to dox? Be
yeah,
doxed?
he did. He doxed me. He doxed me.
No, no, I'm talking
Nobody's
about from
asking,
you.
Mike. Oh
He
my
doxed
God!
me.
Listen to
He did.
words.
I
Listen to people's
I have
words.
all the records. I have all the fucking receipts. He
That
doxed
was
me.
not. He wasn't talking to you, Mike. He was talking to Wombat.
He doxed me. He doxed me.
He's
But I mean,
not
that's
talking to you,
You're not
Michael.
listening.
You're not
Right.
listening.
He's
He was
not.
addressing Wombat, not you.
Right,
Not
right.
everything is about
And
you.
Spike, I love how Spike, which I love Spike. Spike plays
Oh my
both
God,
sides.
Jeff.
He does.
No,
I
I
have to
believe
step
in
away.
honesty. I don't play both sides.
Oh my God.
I
No,
believe in
Spike,
being
has
honest.
he ever threatened to dox you?
He
No.
said my name once on a panel.
I'm
but
talking
then,
about your name and ad. Like I am going to give out your information and make you
yeah, but you
publicly
know what?
identified. Like that
Doxing
is
is
what
not
I'm talking
just
about by doxing. I don't
doxing
care
is
if
not
people say each other's
doxing is
name. I
not an
don't. I
address
just
and a phone
can't
number
make
and a phone.
myself care about that.
Sorry,
If you
go
can't
ahead.
protect your identity better than that, then take some accountability for that.
Yeah. Spike comes
Did
from
he
a
threaten
very
to expose your real life identity and like your
Spike comes from
address,
a very affluent
phone
family.
number, location?
I've never doctored Spike.
Hang on, Mike. I need to get my answer from each of these people.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Spike, did he ever do that to you?
I don't believe what
Or
you
do you
believe.
have a fear that Mike would dox you?
I don't have a fear, no.
Okay.
I don't believe that what you think is doxing is.
I'm going by my definition. If I'm going to take
Right,
this
but
seriously, I'm
doxing
going
is
by
not
my
just-
definition of doxing.
doxing is not
What I
just
consider
revealing-
would be a line
Go
or
ahead.
something to be concerned about. If you don't
Doxing
want
is
people to know
not-
your names, just quit telling people your names.
Well,
Wombat, has he
can I
threatened to
answer or no?
give your location,
Name and
address
address out. Yeah, I think on this panel. Yes, about a dozen times.
on this panel?
I think it's happened on this channel.
Well,
Maybe not. I could be. Let me take that back.
because I'm concerned if it is, I'm missing it, and I want to be able to catch this stuff if he is doing this.
Yeah. Yeah, about a dozen times over the last 2 years. He says he has it. My name and
It,
address.
like in what way? Like I'm gonna tell people where you live, or I have your
Yeah.
map, or
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna put
Oh
it.
yeah,
in the
he's done
document,
that with
name
me
and
too.
address.
He's done that
and
with me too.
which you two you said?
Yes, he has. He
Like
has said
other
my
than
full
just
name. He has
a
said,
name thing.
no, he has said the state that I lived in. He has said the house that I lived in or the area that I lived in.
Okay.
Says he did know the full address. He wouldn't say it, of course, because he had the wrong address anyway. But yes, he did say that, and then he proceeded to say that I should not fuck with him.
Yeah, and Mike has put out the city, the area that I live in too.
And
But I've
Cheesehead's
put that
already
out.
said that he has the same concern. Okay,
Yeah.
those are legitimate concerns as
Yeah.
far as so I don't know what the solution is. Like
There is none because he won't take accountability for it. Because I have literally shown him the live stream and the clip of him saying
well, a
it.
solution
and-
can't depend on Mike. That's not going to give you a solution.
Well, solution would be, I'm sorry I did that.
That's not. It can't depend on Mike. You may not get that.
No,
So that's what I'm saying. I don't
What,
know
how long-
if
how long has it been,
I'm
like, 2
trying to
years?
address people's fear of being doxxed, and so I'm like, I don't
So
know
my
what I
name-
would
my
do
birth
if
name
I
doesn't
was
exist on
concerned
the internet,
somebody
Jeff?
might dox me. Because like staying off of a panel is not necessarily going to
Mike
stop a
did it.
person from
No, I agree with
giving your.
that.
So like I don't know what even from a personal responsibility level, I'm not sure what the
That is true,
solution
Mr. B.
would
He
be.
did describe my apartment. He did.
Thank you, Traveling Fools. Welcome, by the way. You just became a member of a lot of chaos.
Oh yeah, Tommy, we already talked about that. Yeah, we already talked about that for a little bit, but we
Welcome,
stopped
welcome.
abruptly. Nope, Spike, your mic's not muted. I hear you.
Okay, well, the doxing stuff is a concern. I'll keep that in mind. If it happens here, live while I'm here, point it out instantly. Stop the conversation, whatever, and say he just put somebody's address in the chat room, or he just said my address, or something really concrete and specific.
Well, now
According
he's
to
not
I mean,
Google-
I can at least keep it off of this channel.
According to Google, the definition of dox is to publish or speak private or identifying information to a particular individual on the internet. Typically,
I
when we're
gave you
looking-
the definition I'm using according to Jeff on this channel.
Yeah, that's not going to work, Spike.
That you'll have the option to go to my channel is not the only channel. So if it's not working for you,
No, I'm just speaking
if
facts.
what I'm setting for my channel is not working for you, then you have other options. I'm speaking for my channel. That's all I can speak for.
I'm not
is
even
what I'm trying to
talking
do
to
here.
Mike directly or specifically, but I think anyone who's using birth names.
I can't control what names come out of people's
All right, go
mouths,
ahead.
nor do I want to even attempt to take on that role.
I just think it's in poor taste, in my opinion.
Well,
That's all.
etiquette is
And I'm saying that as Mike's bro, even as his YouTube bro. I'm just saying it's in poor taste.
Okay, well, that your opinion is on record.
It's
There's
valid,
nothing
thank you.
I can do about what comes out of people's mouth here.
100%, bro. You can't police everything and everybody. I get it. But I'm just saying, as a bro, like, hey, man, like, let's not do that maybe as much as we want or feel like we could. Just because our mics are unmuted. So, and it wasn't Mike who originally tried to dox me. It was somebody else, Val, who shall not be named.
I'm not raising my hand like I did it. I'm raising my hand.
No,
like, I
no,
agree.
no. Which did it? No, no.
Yeah, I did it. It was me.
No, just
So
to
it's
make
like
sure.
circular doxing.
Right. So Mike has information on me, and he says it. But him and I spoke on it, and he promised never to come at me with that stuff.
And you
so-
trust it, like you feel like he's going to honor that.
So far, so good. It's been over a year.
I wish, like, I hope that everybody can get to that place. So however you got there. But I agree, it's a good, like, it's a legitimate concern. I can't ask anybody to set that aside and not be concerned, if that's a concern. And like, I would normally say just stay away from the panel or Mike, but that's not going to stop him from saying something he wants to say. Because you don't have to be around for that to happen.
That is true.
True.
But I think
I mean, the most I could try to, like, the part of the solution I could see being is try to create an atmosphere where maybe that's not likely to happen, and there would be a need for doxing. That's the best I can see as far as what I could directly contribute. And so maybe as long as he's on this panel and agrees, I'm not going to do it here. I'm not going to threaten to dox, all of that, and he honors that. I could at least manage that here. And it would be for everybody, not just him. Everybody would have to agree to that.
Oh, I absolutely agree.
Yeah, I've never taken anything that personal on YouTube where I'm like, I'm gonna dox you. I'm gonna ruin your life. I want you to lose your job. Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy, and that's why people, listen. They give me shit all the time. You don't cam up. You don't. There's a reason. There's a reason.
Because he's an ugly son of a bitch. That's why.
Yeah. Well, I'm a short, fat guy. Wait, or am I a tall, skinny guy? I'm one of the two. I'm one of the two.
I do know you're bald, though. You have
Okay,
said that
Mike.
you're bald.
People don't want to have to come to this channel and be worried that you're gonna dox them, like verbally let out
I'm not doxing
information
either. I'm saying
that they. So can we make that agreement, like just so everybody's can from going
I'm
forward?
saying
You're not gonna.
some Spike comes from a good family. He doesn't need to be on YouTube. He doesn't need to be. He chooses to be. That's what I was trying to say.
And they took that as doxing. But I'm talking about the direct stuff, like the clear stuff that is the stuff they don't want out. Names, address, whatever it is that.
And you have fun with that, and you have a good time with that. I personally think that people like Cheesehead and people like Witch, they're trying to get their message apart, but it's also underlying negative. It's a negative message.
Even if that's the case, that seems like a reasonable thing for everybody to agree to. Whether it's fake trolling, a part of a game, whatever, it seems like we could all at least agree to leave people's personal informations and lives off of this channel.
I didn't dox anybody. I didn't dox anyone.
So then it should be easy to agree to that going forward.
Yeah. That's it. That's all.
Because I know in the chat, some of the comments you asked me to remove are when you feel like people are doxing you, and I honor that.
Well, people put your family members' names. That's not cool.
Yes, and every time they do it, I take it out and I block them and ban all that stuff.
Yeah, and Mike, I will fess to that. I have used a name of your family member in chat.
I know you have. I know you have. I know all
the accountability.
I know all your socks.
Hang on, Mike, let him finish.
Yeah.
And that's wrong, and I apologize for doing that. I shouldn't.
And I appreciate that. And I thank you for that because I know your real name. And I've never doxed you. I've never done that.
What's my initial?
Well, come on, y'all are really you're really making this hard.
Well, you yourself said that real names don't count.
This veiled threat, right? It's this veiled threat. I know your name.
You can't win. You can't win.
I mean, you've already said the real names don't count.
Wombat, is your initial an H?
No. So you don't have
there. Everybody should feel safe now. He's really bad at this.
I'm very safe.
Well,
I threw him off.
Richie, are you at least okay about the doxing stuff as far as this channel goes?
Are you talking to me?
Yeah.
As in, like, I would never say people's real names or.
I know, but do you trust that Mike, at least here, will honor that? And
I do.
It's not something you have to worry about.
I do.
And if he does, stop. Call timeout, put a thing in the chat, whatever. Catch my attention that it happened right now. Stop everything.
Half the shit that he's doxing is probably wrong anyway. So.
You'd be surprised. I have some pretty good information.
Mike, people are working up to give. Hang on, Mike. People are working up to giving you a little bit of trust here, so don't fuck it up. Let's let it happen.
Even he said, like, I'm not trying to fuck with him as long as he lives his life. Go for it. Go for it, man.
But Mike,
Cheese, you feel okay about Mike and the doxing thing?
Well, yeah, here, but it's again. I know you can't control what happens anywhere else, Jeff. Right? Here,
well, Mike, do you think you can agree to not dox anywhere else?
No, I would never dox him. Never.
Anywhere.
Never.
So if they show me clips from here's Mike on somebody's channel saying my address, that's not going to happen.
He'll deny it.
It'll be on clip. It'll be.
I was joking, and I said, "Is your name Richard?" And he's like laughing at me. It was a joke. It was.
But in the future, you
no, he has nothing to worry.
And another thing too, Mike, because you share stories where you recover from drinking or whatever. Cut calling people junkies out too. That's not cool, dude.
Well,
That's
I use that term too, though, a lot.
I know, but
and policing language, that's a step further than I'm willing to try to help.
No, I'm just saying,
today.
but just coming from his past, for him to use that word, it's a little. It's
Can I?
Well, you know what? She said.
Wombat. Hang on, I want to let
Hold
Wombat
on.
go ahead.
Jeff.
Wait, Wombat first, and then you can come.
Yeah,
go ahead.
Mike, can you undertake to stop threatening to dox people?
Well, I can dox anybody, but I don't do it. I don't do it.
That wasn't the question. That wasn't the question.
The threatening to dox.
I'll stop.
Whatever form that's taken. Okay.
I will stop. I will completely stop.
Okay.
Yeah. You'll stop what? Can you say you'll stop threatening to dox people?
I will stop doxing people. I will stop threatening to dox people.
There we go.
I appreciate that. I really do.
Clip it.
I genuinely do appreciate that.
Yes, this is recorded. Timestamp it,
today?
whatever. And
March
I saw it myself. I will honor
10:51
this.
p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
9:30.
Mike said he will.
I mean, yes.
What's the consequence?
I'm sorry. Eastern
So
Standard
from this
Time.
point forward, if people send me clips of this is Mike threatening to dox or this is Mike doxing, you've agreed to not do that.
But not names.
So,
Names don't count.
Oh, snap.
Don't worry about names.
so that's going to contradict the agreement you're making right here if that happens. And it's in your hands.
Can I say something real quick? My mic isn't louder than yours, so just give me a second. All of you, my mic sucks. But I am very proud of my family. For the record, I love my family who's still earthbound. I love them and cherish them. But for everyone else, it doesn't matter if you come from great families or not so great families. We're all individuals, and we're all here for our own personal reasons. So whether you have an awesome dad or a shitty dad or mom, you're you. And I come here because I've met some amazing people in the last 2 years on YouTube that I love talking with here and there. And also maybe some not so great ones, but it's a good time. That's why I hop in chats. That's why I hop in streams, even if I don't listen to the people talking on the stream or I'm not believing what they're saying. A lot of the time, the people in the chat are making my day. And another thing, if anything, I've been on my own path this whole time. I enjoy and adore honesty. That's all I'm about. Whether it's here, there, the next place. I can't exist in falsehoods. Jokes and stuff I get, but I can't exist. My brain doesn't work in the lie zone.
Oh my God.
So whenever I do open my mouth, it's usually just to clear up the grayness. That's it. Love y'all. That's all. Thanks for my soapbox.
Well said.
I wonder if that's a TISM thing. I'm the same way. Like if reality has to make sense, and the minute it stops, I have to restore it. And if people are
There's
lying,
one thing I hate, it's ambiguity. I hate ambiguity. I need shit explained to me, like completely black and white explanation.
yeah, this is all making sense now.
Oh, good. I'm glad. And like I said, Jeff, I do apologize for coming in and with the doors busting open and starting shit. I
well, whatever you were trying to accomplish, we got something done, even if it was in this roundabout way. So.
We absolutely did. But I will take responsibility for that.
You need to calm down, Witch, okay?
I know. I get too hysterical.
Calm down.
And Jeff just said I had the TISM, just so y'all know that.
Oh, I thought I got that from you, huh? Didn't you do that kind of work?
Yes. No, it's funny because I did that work, and after about 17 years, I started asking my bosses, "Hey, do I have the TISM?"
I thought you did it because of the. I thought like you were doing that because you were the same thing, like it was peer work.
No.
So maybe that was an assumption on my part.
Unless it's contagious, I don't know. Maybe.
Yeah. No. You know me though. I think everybody here has the TISM.
I believe that.
I think everybody's on the spectrum in one way or the other.
And then Wombat and Mike, I've already said how well I think they're doing today, so I'm not even really worried about them. And so that leaves Cheesehead. How are you with?
Listen. Once again, Jeff. People think I'm this, that, and I'm an asshole, but I can respect your channel. I can come up here and be cool. and not fucking go to war with Mike. I think this is the calmest me and Mike probably have ever had a conversation in 2 years. So, but it's out of respect for your channel. I get it, right? I run a channel. I got rules, and I know sometimes they always don't get followed, but I just want to be respectful. I'm good. I'm good.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
I think we've
he's
got a good
agreed to the
foundation
the
to build
doxing
trust.
thing, so
Yeah.
hopefully
I think that's
we'll
a great
see.
foundation to build trust.
I mean, give people a
I
chance
think
to change.
that I never realized because Cheesehead, when he was on Joe's, he was always very reserved. He never really spoke up, so I never really saw like his talent as a content creator. I never saw it, and then I'm like, holy shit, this guy really can hold a panel. So salute to you on that. I'm not kissing your ass. I'm just saying I never knew you had it in you to be able to run an actual narrative. So I wish you nothing but the best. And that's the truth. I'm not bullshitting. I'm not pulling your leg. I think that you're really good. You come in and you're a ball buster, but like you have a lot of really good points in your arguments and in your conversations. So that's a little bit of a go for it, man.
I
Keep
mean,
going
YouTube
forward.
this is just fun for me. This is entertainment. I I try not to take this shit so personally or seriously. Some people do. They really do. Some of the
You say
shit
that.
it,
You say that. You say that, but you're fucking good at this shit, dude. You're actually good at this.
listen,
You're
man.
good at this
I
fucking.
have
No,
no
dude, I'm
intentions of
telling
being
you.
a
Take
YouTube
it from
star,
the
man. I'm
pros.
You're
good.
like me. You
Yeah,
always want to do the apologies.
You're
no,
good
I'm
at this
good.
shit, man.
I'm
Like
good.
you're good at it. You piss people. Geez, you piss people off. You get their goat. You get them to talk. You get them riled up. You're fucking good at this.
He's the
Give
master
yourself.
troll.
He might
Yeah,
Yeah.
be. Cheesehead might be the troll among trolls.
Cheesehead
yeah.
is the
You're good
master
at it,
troll.
dude.
Listen,
Hey,
like I
Joe,
said,
welcome back. It
I'm
might
just
be
having
Joe.
fun. I'm just
Yeah, it's
having
me.
fun.
I'm
Right
the
back
master
at
of
you,
trolls.
Mustang. Listen, I never expected when I left where I left. I came from a bad channel. A lot of people didn't like me. I
Oh,
apologized to who I needed to apologize. I got a great co-host in Jake. I mean that's my boy. We have fun. We have fun.
Shout
We
out
got
to
a good
Jake.
thing. I enjoy the people that come and support us. We got our day ones. We got people that been there from the beginning. We have fun. It's fun. It's fun. Am I perfect? No. Do I say a lot of shit maybe I shouldn't have? Oh, of course. But once again, though, I would never take it off of YouTube though. It's not that fucking serious to me.
wow. I love that. Thank you. Joe, you have any last thoughts? Or you're on mute.
Well, first I was surprised this stream was still on because I went to go on a
I,
walk for like 45 minutes, and you
well,
guys
I
are.
was trying to
You
wrap
guys
up, but
were.
that was an
I
hour and a
know
half
that. I
ago.
think that was my fault.
One other thing is I matched with a they them chick on Tinder, so that's
Oh,
surprising.
okay.
What are her interests?
She says, I am looking for friends and fun. I am an artist and love animals. I'm vegetarian and I love music. My dream is to be a tattoo artist, but I need to improve my art more. If anyone can teach me how to play the guitar, I'd worship the ground they walk on. I am in an open relationship and I am 420 friendly.
I don't know
She's
about the vegetarian
23.
part. I don't know about the vegetarian part, but
And
everything else
she has
sounds cool.
children and wants more while in an open relationship, while
Well,
using they them pronouns.
what do you think?
Uh, that's a lot.
That is a lot to take in.
Are you swiping? Did you swipe toward her?
I did, because, she seemed cute on her
You
profile,
got to
but,
end up
when you
poly.
actually look at it, you think, man, what kind of maelstrom
You're
of
gonna be the unicorn. You're gonna
Yeah.
be the
chaos.
unicorn.
Yeah.
How do you feel about
I
the
mean, as a
420
stable
part?
30-year-old, I'd probably be like, I'd definitely be offering something she's probably
You'd
not
be the
getting from.
daddy.
Are you 420 friendly?
No, I don't smoke marijuana.
Well,
But do you
that's
mind
going
other
to be
people
a huge
smoking
factor
marijuana?
I'm
if
not being
she.
around that. I'm not getting arrested because you guys need to smoke. No way.
Oh, okay. Well, then I would just swipe past. I would have the
Yeah.
problem with the
Nothing much.
vegetarian part because I'm a carnivore. So I wouldn't be able to date somebody that's vegetarian because I won't make 2 meals. That's just
Yeah.
me.
I mean,
Everything else though is fine.
if she's contemplating doing tattoo work and she's 420 friendly, and if she's writing that out as her introduction, that's probably some flags for you. Not for me. Not even the vegetarian. Bring it on.
Oh no, I can't. Oh no.
You gotta be vegetarian at least one
This
day
is
a
what she
week.
looks like. I'm covering up her name.
Oh.
Oh, I know her. What?
Holy crap! Oh my goodness gracious!
Wow, they're pretty.
Hey, do you guys want to go panel hop over to Spike Live if I open up a stream?
I'm gonna
Yeah.
watch a show, and then if I'm still awake after that, then yeah, totally.
Sign me up.
I'm gonna open up a
Spike,
stream.
you going live? Spike, you going live?
Well, I will. Yeah, I mean, I will. I don't necessarily have any music lined up, but I'll open up a stream, a panel.
Okay.
And for context, which the reason that the whole thing was funny is because when I joined this stream at its beginning, like 3.5 hours ago, I told Jeff about how I got confronted about pronouns by a they them person at a board game event.
You don't believe in the pronouns?
I don't know. I don't do that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Everybody's, I personally don't care. It doesn't affect me in any way. If you want to be called they, them, whatever, that's your prerogative. You do you, and I'll respect your pronouns. But it doesn't bother me. But that's not to say that because it doesn't bother me, it shouldn't bother you. Like you do you when they do them. That's just
Well, I mean,
my
for me,
opinion.
it's just it isn't how I talk, right? So it's like,
And that's fine.
yeah, right.
It's a
So, but like,
whole-
I don't think they get that. I don't think they want to get that.
It's hard. It's hard for people who like. I don't want to say old school. I don't know how old you are, Joe.
I'm 32.
Oh, okay. Oh, wow. Oh my God, I'm older. I think for people in our generation, the elder, because I call myself an elder millennial, or like the millennials, it's hard to get thrown into that. And like in my school, I have a lot of trans kids in my school, and that transitioned quickly. Like 1 year they were a boy, now they identify as a girl, and it gets very confusing at times, especially when I had known them as a boy, and now I have to fix my brain and change
You don't
it
need
up.
to fix your brain.
Well, I do out of respect. It's a respect thing, I believe. It's just out of respect. I'm not gonna. If that's what that person wants, I'm gonna show them the respect that they deserve, and call them by whatever pronoun they want to call, because it doesn't affect me personally. So, it doesn't matter to me.
Do you feel like you're misleading them if you don't really think that way?
Yes, that's why I don't do it. That's one of the big reasons why I don't do it, because I'm lying to them and making them think, oh, I actually think you're that. I don't think they're that, and I'm not going to deceive them to think that into thinking that I think they're that, because I know that's what they want. They want us to actually think that they are that. They don't just want us to go along with it.
Yeah, that's kind of my reason too.
Like I said, it doesn't bother me.
I feel like I'm playing
if
along with a
took over
charade
America, I would not
that
pretend
I shouldn't
to be a
have
Muslim.
to be playing along with.
It's just I'm not going to do that either. That's a much more extreme example, but like, it's I'm not going to lie about what I believe.
No,
to
we don't have any
placate
furries.
people. Yeah.
But like I said, you do you, they do them. Doesn't bother me none.
Oh, sure. I'll drop Spike's link.
Oh my God.
Spike, are you streaming tonight? Or does anybody else want to get
I have a stream on Wednesday for my birthday.
Actually, not
This
Lon is
Wednesday?
onto something, because I'm into redheads. So, I mean, he knows his stuff.
I was a redhead once.
Here you go. There's
in high
Spike.
Check
school.
1, check 2.
You're good.
Yeah, I'm opening up a live stream right now so that the Gen Xers can cruise over.
Oh,
No,
okay.
the Gen
I
Xers.
might,
Yeah. Finally.
Is it going to be a music one?
No, I'm going to do an open panel. I just got home, so I don't have anything to stop the music.
Here, I can put in the Discord too if you want.
Wait, I am sub to you, aren't I? I should be.
What the hell? You
Next
better
after
ring my
party.
bell.
I should be. Hold up. Where's...
Yeah, I'm going to put this all over social media.
I probably am. Because you only have one channel, right, Spike?
Technically 2 on my channel.
Okay. Yes, I am subscribed. Okay, just wanted to double check. Oh my god.
All right, cool. I'm gonna hop down and just set this up. Love y'all. Peace. Later, Jeff.
Right.
Take care,
I'll go ahead
Spike.
and hop out. I
Thanks.
was just
See you later,
again
Spike.
popping in for a moment, so I'll see you guys later.
Okay, take care, Joe. I'm gonna
Thanks for solving world peace or
get a little
trying to
break
solve world
myself.
peace today,
Yeah,
Jeff.
I hope you and I are still cool.
Yeah, no, we're fine. We're fine.
All right, cool. Because, you know, like I said, I have nothing but respect for you and your channel, and I do my best to show that respect. Just sometimes it's kind of hard when things are like piling up inside and then they just regurgitate out.
Yeah, like I said, I've been on that end of it. I know
Yeah.
what it's like to want to hop on those panels.
All right, man. Well, have a great night, and we'll talk soon.
Okay, and feel better.
Thank you. All right, bye, guys.
Take care. All right, well, I think that was a healing. People like drama, but maybe what they like even more with drama, or maybe the what goes well with the drama is the healing. So try to get more of that. And I'm serious about the maybe doing some separate self-contained panels or conversations or something. We'll call them something where if people want to, like drama court. And in fact, my last co-host, we tried that jokingly with some panel drama. It showed up one day and we like jokingly just impromptu said, hey, why don't we do like panel court? We could model it after Judge Judy. And so we played around with that informally before. But maybe we could do something like, you know, I'm having this issue about something somebody said on another stream. We just need kind of like a neutral third party to let us air it and maybe see if there's some kind of solution or middle ground. And so I would not be averse to trying something like that. So if somebody wants to be the guinea pigs for that, let me know. All right, everyone, I'm going to get my break. I might go watch that mountain show at some point tonight. It's called The Summit. It's a new reality show. It's like Survivor, but on the side of this snowy mountain they're trying to climb. All right, and then I will be back, I'm sure, tonight at some point. In the meantime, go check out Spike. He is currently getting a panel going. Something like that. Like, yeah, maybe once a week. Maybe we could monetize it a little bit, or I could like ask for drama donations, and because I think Joe's right. If there's gonna be drama, I want my cut. So I gotta find some way to do that too. Oh, has Tommy's tried something like that? Yeah, I trust Tommy's take on things. I would take tips from Tommy. All right. Anyway, take care. I'm gonna cut. All right. I'll see y'all later. Thanks again. Appreciate everybody. Now go raise some hell.